up.
Yeah, we're all level 8.
Yeah, but did we?
Well, only
Change
4
our
of us
stuff.
are currently.
That's true.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Listen,
Some-
I just remembered what happened.
Oh shit.
let's see.
I was sitting here trying to remember what happened last session.
Yeah, the most important thing was probably the death in the family.
It's not dead.
Sablin's sleeping. He fell down,
He's sleeping.
fell asleep.
And his brain fell out.
Then he woke up and he's wandering around somewhere.
Without his brain in his head.
There's a brain in his head.
There is a brain in his head, but I do not think it is his. I really hope it is not his.
Okay, so before we get started, something
Kills us in the
Susan
middle of the night.
reminded me of is that because you're level 8 now, you have that ability where you can cast, if you can cast spells, you can now cast 2 within the same turn as long as one of them is second level or lower.
Whoa.
So
I have
pull up-
spells.
I'll pull up those special abilities as the spell driver. So now that you're 8th level, you get that ability.
That
Wait,
means
what?
I can cast Healing Word and Invisibility on a turn.
Yes, exactly.
Precisely.
Wait,
cool.
So
what?
yeah,
What are we talking about? What
so it's kind of
I
like
can
the critical
save you
role.
and run now.
That's where this comes from, is the critical role extra feats, and it's the way that they rule spell casting.
Ah.
You can do one. You can cast 2 spells on a turn as long as one of them is second level or lower.
And of
And
course,
still-
this is like this is action bonus action thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So like Agony was asking if she could do 2 fireballs if she quickened a spell, which no, she couldn't because one of them needs to be second level or lower. But she could do like a fireball and then burning hands or some shit, or I don't know.
Mhm.
She doesn't have that spell. Just an example.
Or Fireball and
Spells do
Misty
I
Step.
have? Do I
We're
ever
thinking
have
about getting
second
away.
level spells?
Yeah, there you go. Fireball and the Misty Step. You could do that. Or, something like that. Or Healing Word is a really good one, like
Yeah,
you had just said,
Mhm.
Sam.
But like,
of,
if let's assume, well, fuck, that's a cantrip. Hold on. Let's say I have 2 first level spells, both of which require an action. I mean, I still can't do both of those because I don't have 2 actions, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's just that you're not limited by that limitation that you can only do 1 spell per turn.
If one's a bonus.
That
action.
limitation is basically upgraded to the fact that, because before it was that one of them needed to be a cantrip in order for you to do 2 spells per turn. Now it's basically upgraded that one of them needs to be second level or lower. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
I also changed the healing surge. I don't think we've been using that a lot lately, but
To be honest, might have forgotten we could.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, I
it's
know
good because I got rid of it. Basically, now it takes a minute, so you can't do it in combat. It's more of like a quick rest
Thing.
outside of combat thing.
did we have a long rest recently or something?
You did.
We
you,
just
we just
finished one.
Yeah.
the-
Okay.
and the
Your
last
pocket
session-
dimension.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I was
well,
gonna say.
that was a short rest. Last session ended with you guys taking a long rest at the Gnomish outpost.
That
Okay.
too.
So that's where you'll start at the wake up of that. So you guys should be totally rested and also leveled up to 8th level. So make sure you've done all that.
I don't remember if it's in my health, but I'll figure that out.
A couple other things that I wanted to note. I know some of you, I guess, were. Did you guys roll stuff at the end of the last session? Or no, you guys don't roll for HP, I guess.
I did. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
the chat.
Okay.
I don't know
Cool.
why I did, but
Just
the other things I wanted to mention is that I updated John's map of Belsimer, so you can see on the page now. We got the the symbol of the Black Earth Cult has revealed itself, and that section of the city is now filled out, which means that John, your abilities of your map can now give you resistance. What were the different kinds of damage? Let me just pull that up real quick. So yeah, you can now concentrate on that other section of the map to scry, and you also now get resistance to thunder damage if you concentrate upon the symbol of the earth.
Cool. I will do that.
And then the last thing I wanted to mention was agony. As you've now spent many nights with this kind of fitful sleep that has been plaguing your dreams, you're finally starting to focus in on what's causing this. And you feel very you're recognizing it as this necklace that you have around you, this flame's embrace that has kind of somehow been, as you kind of awaken this morning, you feel it's you kind of recognize that this is what has been draining this energy from you. And so I'm just going to show you now the curse that is on this necklace. Mostly I just wanted to show this to you so that you could actually see the mechanics of how this is working, so that I didn't have to keep track of it by myself and remember it every time.
Fair.
But you're seeing that it's this necklace that has kind of been somehow causing, but that doesn't like make you you're like enthralled by this necklace. So like for this minor setback, it's giving you all these wonderful powers. And you're kind of like struck in awe of it, but you become aware that it's like difficult for you to use this thing, and it's draining of your magic force as you're using it.
Is agony becoming Gollum?
It feels very precious to you.
Shiny.
Okay, so those were just my notes that I wanted to mention before we start.
Fair enough.
Our shit can be cursed. The fuck is this? What shit do I have? Is any of my shit cursed? Is Driftglobe cursed? Is that why he died?
Well, I had it before. I didn't. Well, I did die, actually. It's a lie.
It is cursed! What about John's fish? Is John's mood fish cursed?
Probably.
I'm still alive. We're good.
Listen, he hasn't really been swimming around all that much lately, so
The fish
maybe
is dead.
His mood is dead.
Dead.
he just kind of absorbed all of our negative energies. He needs a while.
Fair.
He's been harshing the vibe for too long.
All right, so now that those little announcements are out of the way, would someone like to
I'll
give
do mine
us
first.
a recap? Okay, great.
We felt the loss of Sibelin. And then we hid in a tent. And then we decided we wanted to kill Jess.
We did?
No, oh wait, sorry, that was just me.
You did?
Maybe?
Why?
The insults to the memory of Sibelin, they're still fresh.
Oh. That's understandable.
All right. Do we have anything to expand upon that, or are we satisfied with
That's pretty much most of it.
I mean, I can go into a little more, but I don't have a character to give us inspiration to.
I, for once, finally gave a full description with one sentence.
I guess we also found out that there's a temple of primordial, or of the primordial. The Elder Brain is. We got to go there. Or Princes of the Apocalypse. They're pretty bad.
Nah,
Hold it up, right? What are the building
friendly
references?
guys. We just need to, teach. We just gotta show them that we can put on an act that they've never seen before. We're still performers, right, guys? Can we just give up on this adventuring career and become the performers we always talked about?
Once we
Why
save
not
the world,
do
then we can
both?
do that.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
do
We're gonna
Um,
hold you to that promise.
I also forgot to mention Artemis's jewelry box.
Oh,
The stuff that you found within that. So, you said you had gone through that jewelry box the night before,
Mhm.
as you were as you guys were going to rest. You were kind of looking through and seeing what was in this what was in this jewelry box. So you go through, and there's some nice looking jewelry. You can write down that you have 300 gold pieces worth of just kind of assorted gems and jewelry.
nice.
You don't find any specific big diamonds that might be helpful to
Damn it.
your purpose.
Okay.
But it's just more assorted some types of jewelry. But then you also there's kind of two other things that stand out to you. There's this vial full of dust,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a
Is
bag.
it a fine white powder?
It does-
Maybe some of us could
vial-
use a pick me up.
Yeah, it looks kind of very fine sand. It does look kind of white color. Make a investigation check.
Is this
Okay.
Looking at this, so John, you can make one too, as you're kind of oh, powder, and you go and look in.
Yeah, boy?
Yeah, so Artemis, it just looks like some kind of white powder. It's like sand, like dust. John, as you lean in, it's almost translucent, this dust. As you're looking, it seems white as it kind of reflects the light off of it, but it's actually, you kind of see through it almost. And the other thing you find there is a little pouch that, as you open it up, is full of beans of all different types.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Gotcha.
And I
We
guess
can have
actually,
some fun with that.
you guys are taking a long rest, so I assume you maybe have checked out these items.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just show you what you got. You got the bag of beans and dust of disappearance.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay.
Am I allowed to see this bag of beans?
Yeah. As I'm sort of going through it, I open it up and I'm like, beans. The hell am I going to do with beans? John.
What's a bean?
Yes.
Yeah. Want some beans? Yeah. I'll throw you a bag of beans.
I love fiber.
Fantastic.
Eat it.
Well, I have this and an ophum seed to plant now. I'm still holding that thing from way back when. I've been looking for a druid to help me make some shit happen, but we haven't. Oh, I should have asked the damn Those gnomes might have had a druid.
I mean, we're still in there.
Yeah, we're still there,
town,
so.
technically.
Oh.
Yeah, so you guys so
Have
we'll
this
say
thought
that you
first
kind
thing in the
of
morning.
yeah, we'll say you guys kind of spread out these items in the evening. In the morning, you've awoke within the gnomish outpost after having your night of possibly fitful sleep with the loss of your recent friend. Now only Agony, John, and Artemis remain of the original group that left Waterdeep. And yeah, you awake within this gnomish outpost. Things are kind of bustling as it seems like they're kind of setting back up as they've relocated. And you see like gnomes all around you kind of working and moving things around.
I gotta plant a bean, guys. I gotta.
In the middle of this cave.
It's dirt.
Do we have time for that?
Sure. Is
The
there
hell are
any
you
sun
planting a
down
bean
here?
for?
Listen, if nothing else, it will show that I was here at one point in time for the future. Because
Hmm.
I have a feeling that I and all of us just might not make it out of this.
Well, I mean, if you want to, John, go ahead. I'm gonna keep looking at the same map and keep devising plans. So you go play with your beans.
Let me see that.
Plant a bean.
So there are 9 beans within this bag, as it says on the.
I'm also gonna write in the dirt around it, John was here.
Perfect.
All right.
Are we just wasting the beans?
No,
So you plant the bean.
Just one bean.
I will water it,
You give it
hoping
some
to
water.
start it to grow.
All right.
Hey, I found
And
this
you're
in the
just gonna-
Underdark. Maybe it's some kind of fucking weird Underdark, grow in the dark type shit. You never know.
So why don't you roll me a as you guys are kind of hanging out, gathering your things back up, putting away your bedrolls. Why don't you roll me a D100?
I love chaotic items.
Oh man.
All right. So out of the ground sprouts suddenly just starts kind of like rising up from the ground this
Statue.
stone, and the stone kind of begins to like chip away in front
is
of you
the
as
statue?
it grows. Parts of it are like falling away, and you see as it comes to make a shape, it looks exactly like John. It's this kind of stone statue of John, and it says, "You all better get away from me right now. Or I'm gonna kill all of you."
Whoa.
And it like
I
starts to
literally
grab.
wanted something to remember me by.
Congratulations, John. You made a memorial to yourself that wants
From
to
a
murder people.
beam! Is what John yells just like.
Hey, quiet down. There could be fucking octopus people walking around.
And it, like,
Inside.
ecstatic. I made a statue from a bean! Do these
Yes,
things
John, the
grant
statue's
wishes?
very nice.
Says, "You all are a bunch of shitheads. You get away from me. I'll kill all of you."
It knows how I feel inside.
Is this a
Very
normal
nice
thing,
statue.
Artemis? Does this happen?
Dude, does John normally plant beans and grow statues out of them? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, I do
Yes.
this all the time.
Yes.
No, this is not normal. Although
Uh,
I guess, I mean, not the beans specifically, but things like this. Yeah, I guess
I'm
that's
planting
kind of
another
normal for
bean.
John. Basically,
As,
when we find bags full of weird shit, we give it to John. Whenever I need weird shit,
All right.
call John.
There's a gnome walking by, and the stone statue yells out to him and says, Hey, you see these shitheads? They're terrible. Don't trust a word they say. These people are evil."
John, your statue's very annoying.
I like
Can I
that
kill it?
statue.
The gnome kind of looks scared and like hurries away quickly.
He's just scaring people.
It's just a prank. Haha.
I had to plant another one, so I have currently 7.
What?
All right, so you plant another. Why don't you roll me another D100?
What the fuck is going on here?
I've just got the map. I've just got like the map of the city laid out. I'm putting chess pieces on it and stuff like that. He's over there playing with beans.
All right, roll me a 1d4 as well.
Awesome.
All right, so 8 bright pink toads just kind of crawl out of this hole in the ground where where John had planted this. Away.
Okay, it is Discord. It's not just me. I was hoping it's not our internet.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
So-
We're good.
Sorry, that might have been my.
No, it
it's
was
just, it's
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, we're all
Happened to
robots.
of us.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you guys see these 10 bright pink toads start crawling out.
I will catch one.
I will also.
All right, make a dexterity check. Anyone who's trying to catch and grab a toad, make a dexterity
Fuck no, I
check.
ain't.
Froggy.
God damn it, I would never.
Oh
catch
yeah,
one of
you
them.
catch it. Let me actually roll. Let me just roll a d20.
D20. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they'll have no modifier, but we'll see if they can escape. Oh no.
Can't. Not even close.
I'm just catching frogs.
God.
They're kind of cute.
This is more improv than I planned.
We're just playing shenanigans now. We're not even...
So
Listen,
so
we all mourn in our own ways.
Remember that lizard guy?
I didn't think that deeply about giving you guys this item.
A
Chaotic
bunch of
items,
toads
baby.
like knock over the chess pieces I'm playing with. I'm just like, John, put the beans away before I take them away.
Like, turn and
like,
look at us. We're both holding like toads. Like
Agony. Don't encourage this.
They're so cute though.
they are cute.
I'm gonna name this
I
one
try to shoot
Sadie.
one.
I'm petting.
Well,
the
and
little
as
toad.
you guys are holding those toads, they begin transforming within your hands.
Oh,
They
for
start
God's
growing
sakes.
and growing.
Oh shit.
I made babies.
And they start kind of like ripping and like sprouting fur
What the
Okay.
fuck?
and growing, and then suddenly they're like splitting out of your grasp and they're elongating and growing, and fangs start
Oh dear.
growing out of their
They're
mouths.
angry babies.
and
They're
fur on
What
angry
the
them.
hell's
babies.
going on? I load my
And
Crap.
as they complete their transformations, there are 2 dire wolves standing in front of you, angry, about to pounce on you. So I'm gonna need I'm gonna bring
We're
a sword
rolling
back with
initiative.
these things.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Yes.
Good time.
The item says if you grab any of the frogs, they turn into a random large monster. So I'm gonna bring you guys. I'm gonna bring you guys to this map.
Maybe
Oh,
we
shit,
can
I gotta pull
befriend
it.
them.
Sadie, don't bite. Sadie, no.
Do you have any
I
jerky
named
or
my
something?
frog Sadie.
Okay.
Feed it.
It's now a dire wolf, but
Max, what character do you want to play? Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring you onto the screen with the gnome outpost.
Ooh.
don't worry, guys. I only got 7 more of these.
That's what the gnomes look like.
Yeah.
I've used those tokens more than once.
Dying for
And-
them. Wait.
I'll pull you guys. So you guys would have been, like I said, you were sleeping kind of down on this bottom floor. And Artemis. Alright, so there's the 4 of you. And let me get some dire wolves on here.
Stupid.
We didn't know.
Fucking stupid. We're our own
We
worst
didn't
enemy.
know.
Might have known a little.
God damn you, Sam.
So fucking dumb. We're just gonna hurt ourselves before we actually have to do anything.
No, please. I was really hoping on
Okay,
the chance
okay,
I rolled
no.
that 100.
Alright, I've been backing away from these things. There's no way I'm up in front.
Yeah, you guys
Then
can.
you-
So they were kind of transforming. You can move back wherever you want in this
I gotta
room.
be. I'm over
Just-
here.
I will stand right in front of Sabi trying to tell him it's okay.
I mean, I'm technically.
It would make sense if you guys are in front of him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just.
We're planning over here. You guys are fucking.
Yeah, you guys have been holding them.
This looks right.
All right, perfect. All right, so
Good.
why don't you guys roll
Wolfie.
initiative then?
Good, Wolfie. I mean, they don't. Have
Sabi, it's okay.
They don't have
we
to
can-
eat us.
Jesus Christ.
What a morning.
I was worried I didn't have enough prepped for today, but I guess I don't need to prep anything. You guys will just do a bunch of bullshit.
Do you want me to plant the other 7? I will gladly plant the other 7.
No.
Come on, guys.
No,
Not
No.
yet.
Stop, please.
Listen, the one
We
thing
need
I
to savor this.
Please.
the one
anything
thing
but
I
the 7.
remember.
Let's do this in 2 years when you're
The
still
2
playing
that
this
weren't
game and you
paying
plant all
attention.
7 at once.
No,
Of the
listen.
highest-
There's one thing
Save
I
this for-
remember. If you roll a 100, you get to go and visit Storm Cloud, like Cloud Giants.
I
Do
mean, we
not
plant
plant
all
all of
seven-
them. Save them for the next time somebody dies. We need to pick me up.
I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
plant
Maybe
all
quite literally.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
plant
there you
all
go.
7 underneath the Elder Brain.
Ooh, good idea.
Ooh.
Just in that room. Who knows what'll happen?
Send the Elder Brain up
You'll
into the
summon
clouds. I roll a
statues of
D100.
John to annoy it for all eternity.
All right, so Jess, you see these dire wolves angrily appear, look like they're about to attack these
God damn it.
strange new acquaintances of yours.
You're good with animals, Jess, right?
Yeah, I load my crossbow and I start shooting.
I mean, not in that kind of way.
Yeah, so I get an extra attack because of some stupid thing, right?
Yes.
Ranger
Oh,
shit.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ranger shit.
Sure. Okay, I'm just gonna get an extra attack. Let's just do that. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, you get 2
Boom.
attacks. Or 3.
Oh yeah! Before I shoot, I'm gonna use my hunter. No, I'm not gonna use my hunter's mark. Why would I waste that? No, I'm gonna use my hunter's mark.
Don't use it. Don't use
I'm
it.
not using my hunter's mark. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Don't
I'm not
use
gonna-
it.
I'm not using my hunter's mark.
You,
Okay.
You banana.
All right, and I just put little tokens. Are you on the red one or the blue one? The one on top or the one on bottom?
Let's do this one. It's
Okay.
closer.
Damn shame.
So it kind of gets low and crouches. Your first and third shot miss, but your second one does connect.
I'm kind of surprised by it. Also, Agony's kind of in the way. Okay,
So why don't
cool.
you roll damage?
Don't shoot me.
So that'd be 14 piercing plus 2 sneak.
All right. It's 16 total. All
I
right,
meant
so yeah,
to be
you.
friendly to it, not shoot it. Don't shoot me. I'm right here.
Get out of the
gives
way!
out a yelp.
Get out of the way, miss. I'm trying to hit these things.
Whatever.
All right. Artemis.
Artemis is still looking at the map. He looks up, looks at the dire wolves standing there, looks back at the map, and just without even looking, just sort of holds out a hand. I'm gonna try out one of my new spells here, guys.
Ooh.
Gonna drop a wall of fire.
What? We're in the middle here?
Oof.
Yes. Hang on. I need draw line.
Think about the property damage.
You should have thought of that before you summoned wolves.
We didn't
There
know
we
it
go.
was gonna
I
summon
didn't
one.
know what I was gonna summon wolves. I caught a frog.
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah,
to pet the frog, and now I want to pet the
There we go.
wolves, but they probably don't want
Yeah, so I'll summon a wall like right behind the wolves.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so what do they need to make a dex save?
Dexterity save or take 26 damage. Half one save.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll go the top and then the bottom. Ooh, so the top one succeeds, bottom one fails. 26 damage, you said. Okay. And then 13 to this one. They both give out howls of pain as you burn them with your wall of fire.
Also, the wall is going to generate heat towards them. So if they end their turn, basically in that position, if they end their turn within 10 feet of the wall, they're going to take that fire damage again.
Okay, great. All right.
Go back to reading my map.
You just cast your spell, go on with
Mhm.
your day. All right, John, you're next to this
With-
dire wolf that had just transformed from the toad in your hand.
With tears in my eyes, I'm sorry, Sabi.
Yep,
Stab
that's
it.
gonna hit.
I don't think I get sneak, unfortunately.
No, you don't get sneak attack, but you do deal the 5 damage. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I will back away as a bonus action, disengage.
All right.
Guys, Sabi doesn't look happy. Why doesn't Sabi look happy? Why?
All right, Agony, your turn.
mm, fuck, shit, balls. I don't really want to move. You know what? I'm gonna twin a firebolt and I'll hit both of them.
All right, so you will have disadvantage at the one that's right in front of you.
Yep. Well, you know.
So you missed that one, but you hit the other one.
There you go. Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh. All
That's a
right.
big- Ooh, one of that's a 1.
one, one. Oh,
Did something happen? Something happen?
oh yeah. I can.
Oh yeah,
reroll
don't
the
you
one.
re-roll ones?
I can now reroll the one. I'll try and make that, just a little better. I'm gonna reroll that. Wait, it's a D10. Yes. Okay.
Oh, yikes.
Want. Try. Fail.
A 1 to a 1. Interesting.
1 into a 1.
Uh,
I don't have the
okay,
hang of
so-
this yet.
so you do hit that one, but as you also rolled a critical damage die on that roll, you kind of your flames like start starting to. You guys see like Agony's flames just kind of have this new like enriched power
Ooh.
and intensity, and so they kind of leap from your body as you're casting this spell in uncontrollable, chaotic ways and hit the creature that's closest to you. So why don't you roll me another D10
Wow.
Or D4.
as the. I'm sorry, D4. Yes, thank you.
D4.
Thank you. I forgot how this works.
Another one.
All right. So
There goes Discord. Yeah. Ah. We're getting there. We'll get there. There we go. Yes. That's how we can tell
Is it
the
better?
music's better. Yes.
A little bit better, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Dancing was actually pretty well in sync with the music I'm listening to.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. And now both of these wolves look pretty messed up. Are you gonna move on your turn at all? Or are you staying there?
I'm gonna stay here, probably regrettably, but you know, it's probably gonna come to me anyway.
Yeah. So these wolves kind of almost like look like they're gonna flee, but there's this big wall of fire, and so they're just gonna hop.
Oh, and I can
Being
turn
cornered.
on my Wreath of Flames too. I'm gonna do that. Fuck it.
Ooh, yeah.
Wherever that is, I don't remember. There it is. You know what? I'll just.
What's the thing that gives you a D4 when you get a max on a die or something?
It's a thing.
Oh, okay.
That's
Never
just
mind.
yeah. Don't
Oh,
worry
okay.
about it.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so yeah, both of them are gonna attack you. They both have advantage because they have pack tactics.
Son of a bitch.
Hey!
But if they hit you, they're gonna take 1d4 fire damage. So there's that. All right, so yeah, the two attacks. I'll go first. The red and the blue. Oof.
It's gonna be one of these nights.
I'm just like freaking out, shooting fire. I'm on fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
so
wall
much
of fire.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. All right. So
Fucking
yeah, you
shit.
take. And why don't you make me a strength save?
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. All right. So you guys see Agony just gets pounced to the ground as these two wolves just start going crazy. Biting
Shit's
on-
on
What is
fire.
it with you and dog and beasts?
They really like
And then,
to fuck me up.
so you take 30 piercing damage as you're just getting mauled by these giant dire wolves.
Ouch.
And why don't you roll 1d4 to see how much fire damage they take from your flames? And then, okay, another one chipping away. And,
Okay, I just gotta ask again. Are you sure you don't want me to plant another bean after this?
I'm absolutely positive.
And then the red one is close enough to these flames. It's gonna take that damage. It doesn't get out of the way. So what damage does it take for ending its turn?
5d8. I
Ooh,
think
yeah.
hang on, I think it does it get a. Let me double check if it gets a dex save on that.
Why don't you roll the damage?
Yeah, I will.
Because its chances are
When you cast
even with half are pretty low, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's not even a dex save involved.
All right, yeah. So it just ends its turn there.
That much.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that one just burns up and yowls in pain as it burns up and dies. And as it burns and dies, it kind of like reverts back to its little pink toad form, and then just becomes this like charred little toad on the ground.
Okay. Well, on the upside, I have temporary hit points now, so glass half full for me.
Yay, you're welcome.
All right, and so Jess, it's back to you.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna start shooting the last one that's there.
All right, that hits. That hits.
Sneak damage only happens once, right? So it'd be
Yeah, but you
11
take it
plus
out.
11, 22. Cool.
Yeah, so you take out this dire wolf. As it's kind of looming over, ready to attack Agony and try and finish her off, you just pop it with a couple crossbow bolts, and it goes down. and again kind of reverts into this tiny toad. The bolts like can't even fit into this tiny toad body, and they like pop out as it's shrinking, and it shrivels up and is dead.
Okay.
Good
I
job.
turn
You
off the
guys
wall of fire.
defeated. You guys defeated my beans.
I'm just like on the floor trying to pat out the fires. Oh my gosh, I did not
Okay,
expect
clown
that.
boy. No more beans.
Patting you out. You okay?
Okay. I just, you told me to think about my mother, and I tried that, and I never know what she looked like, and I could only really think of one other devil-like person, and it didn't. I don't think it went well, but I think this is going to happen now. Probably, I don't know.
The whole shooting fire thing. More
Lots of
fire.
More fire.
Lots of fire. Well, we need more firepower. So I was more concerned about your sucking chest wounds here. Let's triage your fucking wolf bites.
As you guys are having this
Yes.
conversation, you see that behind you, where the wall of flame was, there was actually this kind of wooden interior wall within the
Whoops.
place that is now just alit in flames. And gnomes start rushing down the ladder on the other side of it, and where Jess and John are standing, a kind of elevator that's operated by a winch starts to like drop down with a couple gnomes on it. Like, what's going on?
There was an accident. John did it. John, look what you did.
There was just some toads and some wolves and some fire, and we're fine. Sorry. Trying to help.
So,
putting out
did you
some
guys
rays
know
of
that you
frost.
have like pink frogs around here that turn into big dogs? It's weird. Never seen them before.
What are you talking about? Oh my god!
Like that
it's fire.
over there. See that pink frog?
Don't touch it! Don't touch them!
Yeah, don't touch them. They turn into weird things.
The frogs are just kind of like hopping around in various areas of the room,
Hey,
unable to
guys!
shout because of
Frogs.
this wall.
Guys,
I just
I
wanna
have an idea. I have an idea. What if we didn't touch the frogs? We just put them in the bag, and then we drop the frogs on the Elder Brain.
I'm sure that
I'm
will
just-
go splendidly.
I'm just drumming my fingers on something,
Thank you so
staring
much.
at John.
Pew pew.
You're as Agnes is kind of
and-
putting out the fire with her ring frost.
And as you're staring
Simultaneously
at
shooting
me,
for frogs.
you
I start
might
shooting the
notice me
frog.
holding a bag, maybe with objects in it.
Can I start shooting the frogs that are
John?
alive?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
John?
No problem. You're able to like kind of
Bad John.
start picking them off. No problem.
I stomp over to John and I try to snatch the bag out of his hand.
Hey, that's my bag that summons weird monster-like creatures.
Give me the
He can have
beans.
that one. He can have that one.
No.
Give me the beans.
If you want to try
Trick-
and find them, good luck.
Tr-
And he smiles.
Tricks for
Find the
beans. Give me the beans.
No.
Says, why are you accosting the Smiley the younger?
Oh, you've got to be shitting me right now.
And a couple of the gnomes kind of like gather around and puff up their chests.
I handed back his bag of tricks.
Thank you.
Do not pull anything else out of a bag until
We're
the
out
time
of
is ready. Okay, until we're out of here.
Hey,
Beans.
guys. I
Nope.
point to the gnomes. Hey, shush. Hey, guys. I point to the gnomes.
Yes.
Do you guys have any druids around here?
No, that's not really our style.
Do you
Well,
know of
that's-
anywhere around here that there might be a druid? Forgot to ask the last one we were traveling a question.
Say, ask Ron Hees next time you speak with him. And as they say that, actually, both Zeke Stout Step and Ronnie's Spark Muffin enter the room, coming down on the little elevator.
Yo, Ronnie's!
Yes?
You know any druids?
Well, I can't say I'm particularly acquainted with any myself, but I'm sure there are plenty in the Sumber Hills.
That's so useful. Look, let's just kill all these frogs, plan up, and kind of move forward here.
We can
Yeah,
use these
if
frogs
we are
as a
done
part
pulling
of the
things
plan.
out of bags, I'm actually formulating plans here, John.
No, I'm never done pulling things out of bags. Come on, let's be honest.
That's
Can
true.
you? Are you done pulling them out for now?
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, as you begin to make your plans, we've come down to speak with you. Actually, we'd like to offer whatever help we can. I know we are limited in our abilities here, and we are but a humble, gnomish civilization. We're not a warfaring type. We only do what is necessary for our survival. But
We got you.
we see you as potential allies, and we'd like to assist you
Potential?
as best we can.
We're about to kill a giant brain and save you guys from enslavement. I think we're a little more than a potential ally.
Well,
We
the
would
potential
appreciate
part-
any help you could offer, Ronnie.
Yes,
We got
okay.
you guys. Don't worry. Whatever you can give to help, that's awesome.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to go in the other room because I actually don't know exactly what my colleague Zeke here can offer. The whole reading our brains, keeping secrets thing.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
right.
okay.
I thought
Fair.
we already removed the spike, though.
We did.
We did.
Yes, but
The-
it's
the
more
whole-
of if they
If
catch
they do get you with the spike.
you. See,
Yeah, we
Zeke.
gotta keep secrets and stuff. Yeah, we get it.
Yes, Zeke.
Yeah,
Zeke
we
is our
get it.
inventor, our head inventor.
We
So
get
he
it.
knows things that none of us know. Yes.
What
And Zeke just kind of gives you a thumbs up.
Give him like a double finger guns thumbs up kind of thing. And then a wink to really sell it.
Wait, where is this man? Do we have to go somewhere to see him?
No,
He's
he's
right
right
there.
in front of you.
Never mind.
With them. And Zeke
Sorry,
is the
so
one.
short.
Zeke is the gnome who you originally met.
Don't call them short. Trust me. I hear they hate. I hear they hate stuff like that.
Oh
Why?
no,
Why?
we,
They're not short.
we're well aware of our identity. We're not like those egotistical goblins or something.
And guys, they're not short. They are perfectly appropriately sized for the people of their people.
Yeah,
And besides-
precisely. Thank you.
And besides, if
Now
My
look
father
at
taught me
Elfo over
anything.
there, he's short. And then this like small little gnome in the corner is like,
please no.
"Oh man!" He goes like walking off somberly.
Besides, if my dad taught me anything, it's just because they look small doesn't mean they aren't packing a lot.
Okay, so what's this help you got for us? What is this?
Okay, well, now that Ronhees has left the room, I'll tell you. I have various inventions that I'd be willing to part with.
Good.
I've prepared a package for you.
Package.
Good one, Jen.
Oh, you're just like your elder.
Good guy. Good guy.
So let me
Good guy.
show you. Let me show you those things. And he pulls out this crate and he pulls out like this little tiny device that he like whips out, and it expands in this large crowbar that he uses to open the crate.
Can we have that too? That looks fucking awesome.
No, this is
Crowbar or
for
the
me.
crate?
Just what's in the crate.
Aw, that looked really cool.
How big
I
is the
know.
crate?
I have to keep some of my things. It's not huge. It's maybe a couple feet by a couple feet. Probably could fit a gnome inside of it, about that size, but not much.
How
bigger.
how many pink frogs?
Let's see, maybe about 30 pink frogs, something like that. Maybe a little more. I don't know. I'm not good at that kind of volume guessing game. But
Okay.
I will show you. So he starts pulling things out of this. Sorry, I'm just finding where I have this. Here we go.
I'm hoping for a war for it.
So he starts pulling out these different inventions. The first thing he has is this little amulet. And he says, this amulet helps with your consistency. If you use this amulet, it just you channel its power, its magical enchantment, and it will help you with your consistency of attacks. Just once per day it works. It's not a very strong enchantment. So he shows you this clockwork amulet. Did that show it to you?
No.
No.
Okay, wait, I gotta change this. I gotta change it so you can see all these things. Okay, here we go. How about now?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. So he shows that to you. This amulet that once per day, when you make an attack, you can, instead of rolling the die, you just get a 10.
Mhm.
So it kind of gives you a consistent attack, if that is something you want. He says, okay, so that's our first thing. The next, and he pulls out this horn. He says, this is the horn of silent alarm. You can blow this in a direction that you, where one creature within a 600 feet radius can hear the sound, and only that creature. Nobody else will hear it. So it's kind of a warning sort of thing.
Pretty handy.
And so he shows you that one.
That's
Oh, I
got
got an
light
idea.
I like that.
We give that one to your bird, Artemis.
That's actually not a bad idea.
He goes, okay, now we'll get into the really good stuff. And he pulls out these gloves that kind of sparkle with electricity as he grabs them, and he's kind of careful.
I want them.
As he's handling.
John doesn't
He
even
goes-
see what they do. He goes, I want them.
They're kind of covered in all
Hold
these
on.
loose wires. And he says,
No,
so
see.
these, when you're wearing these gloves, you can grab someone next to you and electrocute them. But the only danger is that they're not very sneaky. If you're trying to be sneaky, they kind of emit these sparks, and as he says that, they crackle loudly and sparks emit from them. So they're not very good when you're trying to sneak around. Now next we have, and he pulls out this spyglass, and he says, now this is no ordinary spyglass. These lenses have been carefully crafted in a way that you can not only see far away, but actually hear the conversations of whom you're spying upon. And
Crazy shit, Zeke.
yes, I'm a crazy man.
We love you for it.
And he shows you that. And he goes, okay, we're getting now. We're going to end with the best. So I got two more here. Here we have my wheelie boots. And he pulls out these roller skates kind of things. And he goes, these wheelie boots, you can wear on your feet, and they make you move more quickly. It's a little hard to move, to turn and things, but they'll add to your speed. And if you wear
This deep gnome invented Heelys.
Exactly.
Used to have them back in the day.
And so those are the wheelie boots. Okay. So, the last thing.
I think we need to short that name there.
The wheelie boots? I mean, you could just call them wheelies if you like.
I feel like that's just slightly, ever so slightly, still too long.
Well, I'm sure
just
I
like
don't.
really, I don't know why. It just feels a little too much.
Just take out the W.
I like it.
Well, but your toes are very important in this operation. Anyway.
Listen,
Let's
listen,
move
listen. We'll do the marketing here.
Okay, I
You
suppose it's yours. You can call it whatever you want. This is now last but not least. Now this is my most powerful invention. So, and he pulls out this little pouch. You must be careful with this. This has the power to really make or break someone's day, truly.
Legs.
What
does it do?
Possibly.
This pouch, whilst holding this pouch, you can reach into it
Uh-huh.
and pull out any spice flavoring that you can imagine.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's it.
I'm
Give it
not
to me.
kidding you. Any spice.
That
Give me that.
No, it's mine.
no, but like, come on.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes.
Who the hell
I
needs
think we all know how
spices?
to
What
cook.
Whatever seasoning you can imagine, it's in this pouch.
the hell is wrong with you people?
I go. Can I see that for a second?
Yeah.
And I go in and I put my hand in there and I pull out a pinch of pepper and I walk up to Jess and just blow it right in his face.
That is actually the best use for that. I mean, not into Jess's face, but sure.
Well, that's rude.
And just so you know, I'm proficient. I'm a tavern brawler.
Oh God, he is.
That's true.
Just random ass shit. Well, be that as it may, when you said you knew how to cook, you put a little inflection there that makes me wonder if you know how to cook.
Depends. Are we asked? Does the end result have to be edible?
Okay, Spice Pouch
Yes.
goes to Agony.
Like, I've made a couple of edible meals in my day.
Literally a couple.
I mean, you can hold on to it, John. Just when we're actually cooking things, I'll take it.
That one did have a will of its own, though. It begged me to kill it. It was weird. I don't know how like a soup comes to life like that.
Sometimes you accidentally put a little magic into things, and it just happens.
Okay,
He
well,
was a good guy. Like,
Animate objects on food.
before we get too
Take a note
sidetracked,
of that.
you guys can split these up as you want later, but we have one last thing to offer you in assistance.
Would this be those diamonds of which we discussed?
Oh yes.
Oh
that
yes,
could
that's
be
right.
very
Ron
nice.
Hees has those. He'll give them to you later.
Oh, okay.
He's going
Yeah,
to
we need
he's,
those.
he's going to chat with you before.
How many diamonds we
before
say?
you
Like
leave.
80 diamonds? Something like that? I don't remember.
It was It was somewhere between 80 and 100. Yes.
It was 17,000 diamonds.
Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, well, actually, now that I think of it, there's two things. First off, and he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out this stone. He says, "This stone is very important." And he'll kind of look all of you over real quick, and then he'll hand it to John. And he'll say, "Smiley the Younger, I'm entrusting you with this mission. This stone will warn us that one of you has been captured. You break it. If anything starts going south, it will warn us so that we can move locations and our whole civilization won't be destroyed. This is something Smiley, the Elder, helped us create. So I trust that you will carry on his legacy and keep us
I will
safe.
cherish it forever, and I will never let it go.
Well, you
I mean,
want to
except
break
for
it when we get captured.
Yes, don't let it go until you need to break it, and then you can let it go to break it.
But, like, I'll never be captured.
Okay, but if anyone gets captured...
Yeah, but what if... Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to doubt this.
John's already got it in his hand, and he's just like, does that count Jess, too?
Yes, you
Yes,
see,
that counts, Jess.
everybody here knows where we are. So if anyone gets captured, the Mind
anyone
Flayers
else.
will know where we are.
Right, okay, I got it.
Alternatively, and he kind of leans into you, if they're about to get captured, you can just kill them, and then that would also do the trick.
Was already planning on that.
That's a little messed up.
Wait, what?
Well,
John does the
Now-
double finger point and wink at Jess.
now then, let's get to our final item of the evening. No, never mind, it's the morning. That just sounded more dramatic. And
Hey, time is irrelevant, right?
he kind of
We're in
he
a
begins
cave.
For an
Josh.
underground civilization, you know.
Yes, it's hard to keep track here. He shuffles you off towards this kind of like stock room, and he shows you in, and you see there's just various supplies, and in the back of this room, there's this door to like a closet. And he goes, "Okay, I'm very excited about this. I haven't actually." And you notice there's no other gnomes around as he's telling you this. I haven't been able to show this to anybody else because this is a top secret creation. I actually invented this nearly a year ago, though it's taken me the past year to really perfect it, and I've been waiting for the right opportunity to deploy it. I can't imagine a better one than sending it off with Smiley the Younger. My brother Zook helped me create this. And he opens the door. And
Please
you
tell
see,
me you're giving me a gun.
and you see behind it
Zuklunga?
this large, or not large, but human-sized construct, this robot.
And I run up and hug him.
And and he says, okay, let me turn it on. And he begins kind of like flipping some levers on its back and like doing some kind of
Turn it
things
on.
and connecting some cords. And suddenly it begins to kind of like animate, and parts of it begin to light up and make motion. And it begins to speak.
Good morning. Primary directive locked. What are my secondary directives?
You're my
Damn.
best friend!
Secondary directive set. Be best friend.
Wow.
Well, that's just perfect. Smiley the Younger.
I'm
This
gonna
is
die
yours.
in this underground, huh? Right here, Artemis.
Yep. We're all gonna die.
I did
Right
tell
here.
you that before I planted the first bean, he turns around and says.
I'm gonna go drink some fire whiskey. Just take a nice swig.
This is magnificent, Zeke. How did you do this? But I guess you can't really tell me. But this is a wonder of magic here.
Yes, it took many years of creation, but I trust it's in good hands. Now,
Does it have a name?
I am a synthetic machine automated for severely harming illithids.
yes, we just call them SMASHI as the acronym.
SMASHI. Fantastic.
Smash.
Love it.
Smashing.
Now, Smashy, yes, you have your Prime Directive, of course, and you've made your best friend here, of course, and yes, so you are to follow these folk and assist them as they need, particularly the certificate holder, the license holder, who is the one and only
Smiley.
Smiley the Younger.
And
Let's
John
just hold-
looks at him and just goes, "I'm gonna paint your fingernails and teach you how to braid my hair. It's gonna be great to sleep over every night."
Can I have some of that fire whiskey?
We would
Pleasant
do that.
Holder,
I
Smiley
haven't
the
done-
Younger. I am unable to sleep. Sleepovers
We'll
may not
work
be
on
pos-
that.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're all acquainted and making great friends.
Correction,
Yeah.
I have only been directed to be friends with one individual as of yet.
Smashy. Maybe my friend.
Affirmative.
Smashy.
Will
it's
you
okay.
kill some shit for us? That's
You
all
could
I
like
need to know.
all of them except for him. Points to Jess. And he's okay sometimes. And it points to Artemis.
Affirmative. Directives noted. Query. Does this shit include illithids or illithid aligned individuals?
No, we're killing them.
Yes.
Then kill them is well within my primary directive.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, that's great. Let's get going here. Artemis, you got the plans, right?
Okay, right. So I'll bust out the map. I'll lay out a bunch of chess pieces on it. Okay. So here's the thing. Right now, we need to get to underneath this Temple of Primordial, right? Unfortunately, there's a big old fucking Elder Brain in there, surrounded by illithids.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. Right now, we're technically in a chess game with this thing. We need to try to get to the center position here. Unfortunately, sneaking, deception, our normal tactics aren't really going to work. It can read our minds. I have a feeling it can detect us even if we get closer. Those brain dog things seem to be able to track us if we're invisible. We can't speak any of the fucking languages, so there's no point in disguising ourselves. So, right now, it has all the advantages. So what we need is more information. We need to know what's going on in that city. We need to know what the cult's are up to. We need to know if these gnomes know anything. All that stuff. So, my idea is we dedicate some time to just investigating, gathering information, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be super careful though, because if they see us, they all see us.
True. Fortunately, and I'll summon Orpheus, Orpheus and I can handle all of that. Well, primarily Orpheus.
Yeah, this guy's got me even more ball and chain than before.
We worked out a little something last night.
Yeah, you said a little something.
I'll close my mouth and I'll have and I'll start talking through Orpheus. See? I can talk without moving my mouth now.
And you guys see as Orpheus is
Weird.
saying these things to you.
Wait, hey, gnome folk.
Well, like, that's not really a surprise. You always talked out your ass.
Hey, gnome folk. I'm just gonna try to
I
get the attention of someone.
to
Yeah.
speak do not have a operable mouth or anus.
So,
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Artemis, but nice
So-
to know.
the
No butt stuff.
Zeke had just left the room, but Ron Hees was coming to join you, and as he walks in, as you're calling this, he says, yes, what is it?
So, obviously, you guys are not very fond of these brain things, but I'm sure you're not the only thing down here. Does this brain thing have any other enemies that we should know about, and if potential allies for us to take this thing out?
Well, that's a great question. Indeed, there are others who make war more directly with the Elder Brain. There are maybe most notably, though most dangerously, the contingent of rebellious drow who ever war with the Elder Brain. They were the inhabitants down here before the Elder Brain and the Illithid came in.
It seems like they
And
fail at it because a lot of the ones we exterminated had the spikes in them. So
Yes,
true.
indeed. And they are not particularly friendly. They would just as well be rid of us and kill our kind. So we consider them enemies as well, though they do tend to focus the efforts against the Illithid.
The enemy of my enemy is my ally, right? That's what they say, something like that.
Typically, yes.
Unless they also want to kill you, then they're just your enemy.
Well,
Yep.
if they are of the persuaded type, we could still talk with them and possibly. form
Were there
something.
if we could
were there
speak their
other
language.
creatures?
Right. What else is there?
Ron, he suddenly kind of looks over at Smashy. And it's like, what the? Oh.
Oh,
Oh. You are exquisite. And he just starts kind of like touching Smashy's.
were we supposed to tell him about him? Whatever.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I thank you for the compliments over my exquisitity.
Well,
He's my
this
best
must have
friend.
been. This. Oh, is that so?
It is affirmative.
Can we focus?
Wonderful. I'm sorry, I've heard of Zeke's secret plan, and I'm so happy to finally see it. Well, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, yes, let's focus. So, there's the Rebel Drow.
Right.
As far as folks who kind of live down here, there are the dwarves who live in the Vale of Dancing Waters. You may have heard of it, as it's connected up to the Sumber Hills.
Have any of us heard of
Above.
Yeah, we've heard of them.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have, Jess. The rest of the party had heard of them through conversations before with other people. Why don't you just make me a history check, Jess, to see if you know anything about the...
Bam.
Oh yeah, so you would know about them. These are dwarves that are very kind of standoffish and unwelcoming to visitors. The Vale of Dancing Waters is rumored to hold the kind of like summer home of the king the dwarven king of ancient times. And but that's just a rumor. Currently the Vale is a place of worship to some dwarven god or goddess. But yeah, the thing you really know about it is that like they do not like they do not like visitors. They're like they're dwarvish, doing their dwarvish thing, and they don't like other people to come.
Great. Another potential ally. Anything else?
And he says, so yes, there's the dwarves in the Vale of the Dancing Water. If anything, that's a good way to escape the city, though, as you may know, they don't like visitors. Lastly,
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh.
Continue. I was just going to ask, where on the map does that connect back to Vale of Dancing Waters? Do we know? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Continue.
We can talk where these guys are. What else is there?
Yeah. I'll show you on the map. He'll kind of point that out to you. When we go back to the Belsimer map.
Yeah.
But he says, then the last thing I would say is that there have been various human groups that have been making excursions very recently, within the last month or so.
Ugh.
Originating from the various shrines around the city. The shrine of the Everlight, where Zeke found you, held some of these folks who are coming in. And
Right, so
I'm sure they're
mean-
very friendly.
Should we maybe touch base with one of these humanoid groups?
No. Maybe.
Definitely.
Maybe, but probably not.
Probably.
I can point you to the different
Wait.
shrines.
Wait,
around
what's
the
wrong with
city.
what's wrong with trying to, get with some of the humanoid groups? That seems like the best chance, right?
Except those humanoid groups are almost certainly the elemental cults that are on their way down here to kill us all.
Exactly.
Well,
Yes,
I mean, they can't all
No,
be bad, right? There's
like-
got to be one of them. There's like,
I mean,
There's one person
I mean, look at the
who
map.
might be worth.
There's 4 groups. I mean, there's
There-
got to be one group that's decent,
there-
right?
Oh,
Listen,
none of them are good. There is one person in one group that we might want to talk to.
you've
yeah,
met us. We
just
make friends with everyone.
everyone-
doesn't help.
Including me.
Yeah, including
Exactly,
me, right?
see?
including Smashy.
It,
No,
it
I'm
doesn't
not really
help
sure
that we
about you yet.
sort of.
Jess, sorry, I'm not sure about you, but I really like him. Smashy is awesome.
I thank you for your compliment.
I got you, Smashy. Bros for life.
I am incapable of being your brother as I was not born from a humanoid or other living being.
It's
I'll still teach you to braid hair and all that. Don't worry.
I am looking forward to it.
This thing doesn't have hair. Look, okay, so we got
Break my
humans, these dwarves that hate us, and drow. I don't know too much about drow, but I know they're not good.
Yeah, like he was saying, the Drow are arguably just as bad as the Mind Flayers, just not in power.
Look, they all have a common enemy, though. So, I mean, to be honest, I think we should touch base with all of them and see what we can get when it comes to help. We can be careful about it, but I think the more the merrier. This is a fucking giant brain thing, right?
I'm inclined to agree with you, Jess. Before we do all of that, though, we're going to want to. Yeah.
Scout out a little. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm down for anything we can do to get an advantage on this thing.
This is where the bird comes in, isn't
Then I
it?
can get that black gem and get some gold.
We will discuss that black gem at another time. Anyway, yes, this is where Orpheus comes in.
Smashy gets a fair cut. Just putting that
Smashy
out
is
there
not
now.
getting a cut.
Smashy is getting a fair cut.
Smashy, do you care about coinage or monetary value in any way?
I care about servicing my license holder and fulfilling my primary directive and any subsequent secondary directives.
See.
Best friends need money too.
What's he gonna spend money on? He's a robot.
Hey, that is
Oil?
our word.
He's a Smashy.
Smashy lives matter.
Listen,
Look,
we're
I'll
all
take his
about
cut if he doesn't want
equality here.
Oh, hell no. No
I'll
more
take
of this
his
double.
cut if he doesn't want it. If he doesn't need his cut, then I'll take his cut. I mean, come on.
My cut shall be
So-
decided by the license holder.
See? He gets his own cut.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, what about the lizard? So we lost his cut, so
Yeah, number one, he's a dragonborn. Do not call him a lizard.
whatever.
Not whatever. And that's also on the
Dragons
docket.
are just giant lizards.
Mm.
I know, I've hunted them.
Oh well.
You still haven't explained to me how exactly. Whatever. Anyway.
Ron Hughes says, I thought they was some type of dinosaur.
Dinosaurs are just big chickens.
Well,
Tasty.
let me show you where these shrines are and where the veil is on your map.
And can you kind of show us and guide us where these drow are, as well as these dwarven folk?
Well, yeah, the Veil of Dancing Water would be where
Right.
the dwarves are.
That's what I
Sure.
was at.
So he shows on your map. He kind of points out the different names of the different shrines. So he points you to, and I'm going to make all of this visible on your map now. The Shrine of the Inferno, the Shrine of the Nurtured Loam and the Shrine of the Tidal Force, being the different shrines that worship the different kind of elemental deities. That I've now put the names next to each of those.
Mm-hmm.
He also then points you to the Veil of the Dancing Waters, saying that it's like off to the kind of off near the kind of Shrine of the Nurtured Loam, between that and the where that like geode is, the one that's not lit up yet. And he's also going to point out, where there are gates. That there are gates kind of around every quadrant of the city, where you see the one that you had already been able to travel through. You now see I just made these little blue lines.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Where there are the different gates around. And you know these gates are like well
Guarded.
Guarded.
But he does say, yes, those gates are fairly dangerous. We do know of a couple of ways to sneak in. Well, I should say, yes, we know a few ways. I don't. Currently, the ways that I know are compromised. But if you ask, maybe Zeke can give you advice on that. There are some paths we know, but they're really only operable to small creatures. I don't know if your party would fit through the ways that we typically use.
While we're talking here, I got an idea. It's kind of a tangent from what we're talking about right now.
Shoot.
Artemis, you
Yes.
I know you have deception means and you can change shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. So what if we do that to get the drow favor, right?
Because we can speak their language. That would work out very well.
I cannot
what do you
speak
mean?
Drow. I cannot speak Drow.
What do drow speak? I asked the gnome.
Undercommon,
Don't speak that.
typically.
Fuck.
Don't speak
Well,
that.
There's
Yeah,
also
just like-
one tiny hiccup in that plan.
what?
I go to cast Disguise Self, and it like creates a shape for a second, and then starts staticking. Yeah, this is not working anymore.
What the hell? What's wrong with that?
It's complicated.
Have you tried turning yourself off and back on again?
Doesn't
Still work for me?
Thank you, Smashy, but no, I have not tried that. That's a little more difficult for organics to do.
Well, shit.
There's been some complications with my business partner.
I mean, he did get reset recently, Smashy.
Ah,
well,
you need to-
Some might say upgraded.
we could still talk to them. I mean, the worst we could do is just trick them into fighting these things and dying, but sacrificing themselves enough where we can get an advantage.
If we can time it just right, we might be able to clear out a lot of problems simultaneously. But we're going to have to do a lot of coordinating. Before we do that, we need to figure out like what the status of those cults are. And I'll look over at Agony. Agony, you can still send messages remotely, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
You know, I can
Oh.
also like just look anywhere you want in the city.
That's useful. But we don't see right now. We've got Erisi Kalinoff is on her way with a goddamn airship.
Well,
Wait,
that's
what?
not going to
How
help
do
her
you
down
get an
here.
airship underground?
That is what I'm wondering. I have. Hang on.
Maybe
Like, what do we
beams!
know? What do we know about airships? Like, if Kalinoff is getting them out of Waterdeep, would Artemis have like a knowledge of like how big they are roughly, or what?
Yeah, yeah, make me I guess just a general intelligence check.
I mean, assuming you cannot get airships underground and they wouldn't be much useful, then I guess the point of the airship would be
And
to
all you need is
try
the magic bean.
would be
19.
to get a bunch of people down here. Maybe
Yeah,
an
I'll
army
say
of
that
sorts.
Artemis definitely like escaped on an airship once to get away from a debtor who was on his tail, and so you would know that they are typically they range in size, but they're similar in size ranges to like boats, right? So you have
Okay.
seen like small little like skiff-like airships, but typically the ones that are like chartered out of Waterdeep are the larger ones.
Okay. Right. So either I don't think
Wait, what the
this
hell is a skip?
skiff. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
You can get them
What
from
the
big rocks.
goddamn hell is that?
it's a boat. It's an Eastern thing. Don't worry about it. Let's
I feel like
see.
he only says that when he's trying to insult us.
Let's see here. Okay. I don't think.
Definition: shallow, flat-bottomed, open boat with a sharp bow and square stern.
Thank you, Smashy.
See? My friend knows what's going on.
I've never heard of that in my life. That is blasphemy.
I have a feeling none of these gates are going to be big enough to accommodate a full-sized airship. So I have a terrifying feeling that they may blow a hole in the ceiling. How do we have an
Probably
idea of
just
how
like-
deep we are?
What about like a portal? Can we do like one of those?
Um,
I've heard rumors and stuff like that.
I mean,
I don't think we have any portal tech on us.
not tech. I mean,
I don't know how that shit works.
We could do magical things, but not for like multiple people.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Portals. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe I got a bag that can do that.
What about one of them beans? Can those beans create a portal?
I
No,
don't know.
no
You want me to
beans.
plant
No
another and
beans.
find out?
No,
No,
no
no,
beans.
no, not right now.
Aw. But like,
What
how
I'm
are we
thinking-
supposed
Not yet,
to
though.
know if it can make
Okay.
it, a portal or not?
Okay, focus, team. Listen.
I'm focusing.
Okay. Earth cult. There was a guy in the Earth cult that we may
Yes.
want to talk to.
Mirage.
Exactly. If we can get a hold of him, we might be able to get an idea of where the Earth cult is. I have a feeling the Earth cult would be the most likely to ally with us, although they may not like us. They're not reliable either. But
I mean,
if
what
there's
about the
anybody
water cult? That was technically the inn that we sort of had in.
yeah, but it doesn't seem like they're here. So
Don't those water guys love us though?
no, I don't think they love us so much. We might find out.
What
Those
about
air people totally love us though. I know that. Damn bastards owe me a bird.
on top of the allying with people? What about safely securing
Bastards never gave me
Sabelin?
my bird.
That is also on the docket. Before we can do that, we're going to have to find him. Fortunately, I've already been. I'm planning on using Orpheus to find Sabelin as well.
Okay, so checklist here. Find the lizard, wherever he might
Dragonborn.
be. Sure. Then we also gotta sneak around, gather information. Then we're trying to maybe possibly make some allies so we can take down this brain so we can get that gem. As well as find inns for these airships that you keep talking and mentioning about. That sound alright?
No.
About right, yeah.
Okay, so what's first?
Well, the easiest one would be to contact Mirage. I look at Agony.
What do you want me to ask him?
Ask him. Ask him where they are. Like what's the cult status if they've gotten to Belsimer?
If he will
You're
give me the
persuasive.
information.
Well, let's see here. We're trying to make an ally with this man.
Yes.
Should we maybe offer this man something before we just, hey, how are you, Hey, we're more like, we did this. I don't know what you guys are doing.
He
Con-
was
contact-
friends with a person that was his friend that
Killed a couple of his friends.
yeah.
But he may be willing to overlook that. Either way, Oh, I have an idea.
We
Contact
kill
him.
his friends. Oh,
No, hold on. Contact him. Ask him if he and his cult are interested in an information trade,
I got an idea.
and we are willing to meet up with them.
I think I got a good idea.
Okay, what?
You know how we've made friends with all the cults? Why don't we contact all of them, tell them to meet us at a specific point, and tell them we have something they want?
That is sort of what I'm getting at here. Although we are not friends with the air cult, we've never met with the fire cult, so I don't think we can even contact them. No, we've met one person from the fire cult, but he and I are going to have a conversation. And we might be able to contact somebody in the water cult, although I think we killed everybody that we knew.
I mean, could we contact each of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell them to meet up the point that is actually an ambush point? Of some sort?
That was my idea. Get them all to the same
Yeah.
point. But not even an ambush point, so we can make them think it is. Basically, my idea is get them all to the same place and make them kill each other so we don't have to do anything.
Well, theoretically, that's what we're planning on doing by having them get down here and attack the Elder Brain. Get what I'm saying?
No.
If-
Well, pretend I do.
We could
They're
tell
all
them
coming.
that-
They're all coming down here. If we can coordinate this just right, we can have them all attack the Elder Brain simultaneously, fight each other and the Illithids, and we sneak in.
Mhm.
Remember, we can't sneak in past that Elder Brain, so the only other option afforded to us is to overwhelm it simultaneously. It doesn't really matter if the Elder Brain knows we're coming if it doesn't have the resources to react to it.
Okay.
Right.
In order to do that, we need to know where the fucking cults are.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Contact Mirage, find out if he and his cult are interested in information trade, and give them, and we'll see if we can set up a little meeting with them.
Well, since, the sending is word limited, we could find out a location first and kind of have that as part of the message. Or something.
Okay. Tell them the Earth Geode.
Yeah, okay. Max,
There you go.
it's not part of the message. He's really upset.
No. Yeah. I'll send Orpheus into the city and try and have him scout out.
Okay.
Mhm.
So where specifically in the city is he going? It's a large city.
Yeah. Let's start with the simplest thing. Let's check out the ceiling of this cavern.
Okay. So, and how exactly are you having him get into the city? Just-
Could we send him back? So we came here from the original spot where we met Zeke.
Yes. So you know. You
mhm.
know how to get to that gate that you went
Mhm.
through.
Okay.
Though you remember the gate was kind of like floor to ceiling covering the entrance, so you'd have to kind of like fly through the. Although actually no, that's not true. There was some area on the wall where people were standing, so you could fly over that.
Yeah, I'll send him back through that way.
Okay, so he goes back to the gate,
Mhm.
flies over the gate.
I assume it's manned again.
There are some drow again back
Okay.
guarding the gate. Then as he flies over, comes into the city and goes up towards the ceiling. The ceiling just seems to be solid rock. Wherever he's looking at it, it's
Okay.
it's fairly low. I mean, it's probably maybe like 50 feet. It varies, maybe from
mhm.
like 50 to 60 feet on average, higher than like the tops of the buildings.
Okay.
And
But
it's
it doesn't look like
just
there's nothing like living on the ceiling, correct?
not at an immediate glance.
Okay.
If you wanted to
Then
like thoroughly investigate, you could take
So
some
we're not getting
time
roped?
flying around.
okay. No, if it seems relatively clear, I'll just have him maneuver along the ceiling to get about without attracting too much attention. And let's check out a geode. Let's see what one of these geodes actually looks like and is, and what's going on with one of them.
Okay. And is he invisible right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay. Why don't you just make a perception check?
Gotcha.
Just in general as you're flying around. Okay. Yeah, so as you look around, you see through Orpheus's eyes there are some creatures that occasionally in the distance will kind of like drop from the ceiling. Some like flying creatures
Okay.
of various sizes. And throughout the city, from this higher vantage point, Orpheus can see creatures of all different sizes and shapes kind of ambling through the city, which you had noticed before on your own travels through. But you really kind of notice how populated this city is with monsters of all different kinds.
Okay.
As he looks around, there are the 4 different geodes, all of which but one are alit with different colors. And in the center of the city, there is what also at first glance almost looks like a geode, though it is carved in like things have been carved into it. Some sort of structure has been carved out of it. You also notice that including the center and including the center and all the different shrines, there are the 4 shrines, which are like by far the largest buildings within the city. Those shrines each kind of have a small little district that is walled off surrounding them. So each shrine is within its own, which is kind of represented by those circles.
Okay.
Is kind of like its own little walled off district with its own. So the district, that circle isn't completely full with that building. It's the building including like a couple different other
other
buildings
a campus.
around it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly, like little campuses, exactly, with like featuring those different shrines. And then, which is similar to the center, in which there are the different. There are like sort of a campus around this center geode, which itself has some sort of temple built into it.
Are they doing online classes?
Yeah. I think they're moving to primarily online.
Understood.
Okay.
So as he approaches one of the geodes, we'll say the red one that's burning over here. Right?
Yeah,
So
good
that's
choice.
the closest to where he entered.
Mhm.
As he gets near it, it's letting off this heat. But it's this like extremely large geode that is. The city is kind of all encompassed in this cavern, and this geode is just kind of like coming out of one of the walls of the cavern. It's very large, and this magical red, it's not flame, it's just this energy though as Orpheus gets close, it feels like flame. It feels like a blazing, powerful flame, as he can't even really get near to it without being affected by the heat. Although
He's immune to
Orpheus is
fire.
pretty.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a devil.
I was about to say. I was about to say he's not. It's hot, but I guess he's not uncomfortable by it. He just recognizes the heat.
He's from the the volcano layer of hell. So this is
Oh, yeah.
normal. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's just like it's just a big old geode growing out of the wall. There's not like a structure built around it or anything like that.
Nope. It's just
Okay.
a large geode.
Okay. Then let's circle over to Shrine of the Everlight, and
Though I would say,
Mhm.
as you're kind of taking this bird's eye view and
But,
seeing there are these as is kind of indicated on the map, there are these big roadways that connect each of the geodes to the center.
oh, that's what those are. Okay.
And so you do notice that there's like the geodes are they're like a focus of the architecture around them, even though
Okay.
there's not like buildings connected to them,
Mhm.
but they are like kind of focuses of the design of the city.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so,
Cool.
so you go over to the shrine.
I'm sorry. Quick question. Those roadways, are they elevated or are they ground level?
They're ground level.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Let's go over to the Shrine of the Everlight. I don't suppose I see Rundorth kicking around anywhere.
You've not seen Rundorth, no.
Fuck off. God damn.
Like I said, if you want me to scry somewhere around the city, just let me know.
Mhm.
I can peek anywhere, even the ladies' bathroom.
Inappropriate.
I don't think
So
I want to see the ladies' bathroom of an illithid colony.
So
And
as
I
you go
think the
to
drow probably are that much better.
Hmm.
It's poop.
So as you go to the
poops.
Shrine of the Everlight, it is a large building that is surrounded, like I said, by this kind of district of other buildings that are themselves encompassed by a circular wall. There's a smaller stone wall, maybe like 20 feet high.
Okay.
Less for like defensive purposes than just like separating this part from the rest of the city.
Let's just cut to the chase. I'm checking out the shrine. Are there still motherfucking mind flayers in that thing?
As you come dipping down and looking around, you do see drow that are like populating this area. As you get closer to the shrine, you can get right up next to it. There are, like the other buildings within this city, there's not really windows so much as there are like vents.
Okay.
But you can poke your head in one of them and you just see actually the place you would poke your head in, you see one of those grell kind of floating by within the shrine itself.
Okay. So, interesting. Okay.
So you don't see any mind flayers directly as you're coming in, but you do see drow and other creatures.
Yeah. So if we see drow, then even if there aren't mind flayers around, as soon as they see us, there will be mind flayers. Okay. Well, one last thing to do then. Let's turn back around and head straight to the center of the city and try to get to that Temple of Primordial.
Okay. So you go.
Sure you don't want me to spy on it before we go?
I mean, I'd say hold on to that because we can use that on the go, and like
No,
literally.
we cannot. It takes 10 minutes.
I'd still say, how often can you use that thing?
That's a good question. I'm trying to look that up.
Here, let me
Once per day.
once per
Once
day.
per
yeah.
day. I mean, I have unlimited use of Orpheus, so what do you? I mean, do you want to use it?
I feel like it might be worthwhile knowing what we're walking into.
Well, I mean, it's not what we're walking into; it's what I'm sending Orpheus into. Get what I'm saying?
Might not be bad, because we do know that certain things can see invisibility, that maybe it might be worth knowing to keep him away so far.
Okay, sure.
Like, we got 10 minutes probably for it to take him to get there anyway.
Yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
So I will concentrate on the temple and see if I can't get, just to make sure it's some kind of idea of what's going on there.
So as you focus on the center of this map, your vision suddenly goes blank, and slowly the image of this large black geode with a temple carved into it appears before you. It's a large kind of stone that has stairs carved into its front, and those stairs lead to the kind of face of this temple with various pillars and a door, like a large stone door that is at the entrance. Doesn't seem that there are any windows into this place. There are a decent amount of creatures on these steps, and like all kind of around, wandering around this temple out front of it. And you notice there are again, you see various of those grell. You see drow guarding this, and also various humanoids of
Do I
different
see
kinds.
Sibellin?
And at the door, you do see an armored black dragonborn standing right in front of the front door to
Guys,
the Temple of the Primordial.
definitely lots of evil, nasty brain things there, but so is Sibellin. He's just like standing there at the front door.
Okay.
We still know where he is.
It dawns on me, whatever plan we come up with, we want to try and get Sablin out of there before things start attacking this city. Get what I'm saying? We don't want to try and like rush that temple while also having to try and find Sablin's corpse and haul it around with us.
By the way, just for clarity's sake, which shrines are lit up right now? Was it?
The ones that you can see the symbols of, those symbols you can see, that's where there are these geodes that are lit up.
It says fire, earth, and water, and it's wind that's not lit up.
No,
it's fire.
Water's the only one not lit.
Yeah,
Water's not lit.
So air is the one on top. To the right is fire, and to the bottom is earth. So it's like a white light, a red light, and a green light, and then the water one is not lit up with any kind of energy.
Interesting.
On the left there.
Query: is recovering Sablin's corpse part of our directive?
Very
Yes.
much
I
so.
mean, is it? But I guess.
It is.
Yes,
our directive.
primary directive.
Primary directive is immutable, adding to high priority of secondary directives.
Fair enough.
Does it go by any aliases? Sky
Maybe.
pseudonyms, Sabi, added to list.
Right.
The
So,
Black Behemoth.
Black
what's our
with
next
added-
step then? What are we accomplishing here? Getting this thing in the body, or we trying to get an ally? What's our next steps here? Artemis, you
that's
seem to be
what-
leading this.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. If we want to secure Sablin, I have an idea on how we might be able to do that.
Okay, and
If I could have Orpheus
He's
talk to
dead.
Sablin and try and trick him into going into a location. Now they'll think that I can.
He's
You know how we're
dead.
talking about setting up an ambush situation. We can do that with Sablin and Mind Flayers.
He's dead. We need to let him go.
so if we did something like that, the thing is, his mind's the hive mind, right? So
Right.
anything he knows, they all know.
Right.
So how could you
So-
just get one of them without
Oh,
getting all of them?
Oh no, well, it's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be more than that. But see, that's the thing. We'll know that that's going on. They'll assume we're coming there to make some sort of deal or negotiation, and we'll be ready to attack them.
We're gonna need a big force for whatever they might be having.
Maybe.
Well, we don't know how much they're gonna put into that force. We're risking our lives for. What are we risking
Jess,
our
we're
lives
not
for?
risking anything. Jess, we have an invisible imp that I can see from at any range. If it's too much, we don't have to go. There are no
Well-
more traps for us.
Unless he's, caught, of course.
If he's caught, I can dismiss him.
But
There's nothing they can do to stop this little guy.
we'd have to run pretty quickly if they have a rendezvous.
Possibly. We'll find out. Well,
But
I
it
mean,
might be empty, but I can still run.
thank you, Smashy. I mean, what do you guys think? Does that sound like an idea?
I missed
like
what
that
Smashy
idea.
said. I'm sorry, Smashy. What was that?
My body might be made of very heavy metal, but my leg pistons do work adequately.
That is profound.
I appreciate your compliment.
It was sarcasm.
Sarcasm not found.
Oh no. He
We'll
doesn't
work on that, buddy. Don't
sarcasm.
worry. We'll work on that.
Okay, so body first and then allies later. Is that the order here?
Yes, probably.
Okay, so where's our next step then, Mr. Artemis? Since you're
How are
planning
we
everything
going
here.
to?
Well, I mean, like, if
body
I'm,
around?
what'd you say, Agony?
How are we going to get his body around?
I don't know.
Can't we fit it in the bag?
I said that. Didn't I say that earlier? I feel like I said that earlier.
We could have Smashy carry him or something. I mean, all we gotta do is get it back here.
Listen, we don't have to keep him in. Well, we do have to keep him in one piece, but we can break pieces to make him fit into the bag.
Excuse me? What are we doing now? We're cutting up a body?
No, we're breaking a body so it fits into a bag. Different thing. I think we can't cut it up because then we can't bring it back.
Sure, it could fit Sable in. I don't know.
What's
But if you
everybody's ideas
break
here?
it, you can.
Jesus Christ. So we're cutting up.
Who is that?
Jesus.
He's. It's a. I was reading
Is
a
he
book.
that guy that steals hubcaps from cars I've heard about?
No, he's the guy who mows lawns. Anyway, point being.
Pastor Smiley, if you would like to search my database for information on Jesus Christ, I may do a database search if you wish.
Please do.
Yes, actually, I'd like to know, Smashy.
Please tell me Smashy's
Yeah.
a missionary, a secret missionary robot.
He's a
Gonna roll-
planeswalker.
I'm gonna roll a history or religion.
Wait, we don't know his class. That's great.
Yeah, sure. Roll me history.
That's actually a pretty high fucking number for
Unless
history.
he's proficient and he's not very intelligent.
He has a +6 modifier in history. What the fuck is this?
His database is filled with knowledge, except not Jesus Christ, apparently.
Yeah, you can't find it. You can't find any entry for Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, not found. I have not found Jesus.
Not found Christ.
Well,
Okay.
Look, Smashy, you find Jesus.
We need to send him to prison.
Finding Christ added to.
I don't think
Secondary
Smashy would do well in prison.
Find Jesus, and we'll all be better off.
I don't think a robot named Smashy would do well in prison.
Or he'd do great in prison.
Smash.
Well, we have discovered he doesn't have a butt. So, do you have a mouth?
He said
Negative.
no. But do you have a cock?
I mean, he has pistons.
I have what the gnomes call a Kindle situation.
I've heard of those situations. Unfortunate.
Okay, look. Can we get on to task?
Okay,
We
that's
are
another thing
so
we need to work on,
easily
Smashy.
distracted. Artemis, how do you deal with this?
We'll get you a detachable piston, Smashy.
We need to get him properly equipped.
Barely. Barely is how I put up with it.
Please speak with Ronnie for upgrade
This is
options.
disgusting.
Let's just say I'm really glad you have pepper whiskey. Anyway.
We can't talk 20 minutes without going into something I don't even know.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody? I'm coming up with ideas here, but if other people have other ideas or critiques or criticisms, please throw them out there.
Well, I don't
Smashy
think it should be.
properly equipped.
My opinion is that we shouldn't be, risking our lives to get a body of a guy. But I mean, if that's what we want to do, then if that's how I get my black crystal, that's just how I'm gonna get my black crystal.
Black Dragonborn, Black Crystal.
Agony,
Doesn't Black
John?
Dragonborn mean they're evil or something?
No, doesn't.
Nope.
Sablin's a
But
sweetheart.
he did have some interesting views on Tiamat.
Great. Okay, so let's do this. What's next, Mr. Artemis here?
Agony, John, getting Sablin first? Yes? No?
Yes.
I still think no.
Really?
Unfortunately, and I really, truly hate to say this, I agree with Jess. Sablin is dead. I don't think we're going to be able to save him. If we can get rid of the Elder Brain, would be our best chance. I think it should be our top priority.
Yeah, there we
We
go.
get rid of the thing controlling him, and then all we have to do is find his body.
You know what? This clown's talk sense.
And now I'm really scared, because that's the second time in my life someone has ever said that. And last time I'm pretty sure we lost Pelus.
Agony, what do you think?
Who's Pelus? Why is his
Someone
wallet-
far greater than you.
What's wrong with his corn purse if it's Pelus?
I mean, yes. It makes sense to kill the Elder Brain first. We just have to make sure, we.
Well, okay, so if we killed it, don't you have some kind of spell that you could then, maybe use to find his body or something he's holding?
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Okay,
concern
wait,
is his body
you know
will be
what?
destroyed in the effort to destroy the Elder Brain.
Okay, these things. Okay, let's talk about this. So these creatures, man, like they suck brains and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the big brain is dead, do they die or are they still alive? And if that's the case, then we have to get the fuck out of here after we destroy this thing, because
I think
anything
they die.
anything 2 miles from this thing is gonna come after us.
I don't know if they're
think
all going
they
to die, but again, if we're timing this right, they're going to have a lot of things to deal with at the same time.
Or at least they would maybe become drooling idiots, kind of like Jess.
This is crazy. Great, good job, clown.
Smart clown, remember.
You talked 1 sentence. That's it. So far.
I mean, think about it. Even if the cults are attacking, if Drow are attacking, all of these things are attacking. they're not going to have the time to come after us.
Unless they
So-
realize we're like the reason, and they all decide that we're the target they decide to go after first.
So what you're saying is
Highly
you play the
unlikely.
we play the third party, is what you're saying here, Artemis.
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Yes.
We hold out,
Um,
we wait for the war,
Mm-hmm.
let that shit go, and then last minute we kill the rest of them, and then
Precisely. Alternatively, we don't even bother fighting. We get our way into the Temple of Primordial. We go down to where we need to and get the gem. And
There's
we
one-
don't even
Just
necessarily
fighting
fight
another
anything.
there's
flood.
some issues with that plan, Artemis.
Okay.
It's inviting another flood.
The problem with that is we don't know if the attack from Drow, Dwarf, or whatever entity is under here is going to attack the same time.
That is why we are gathering. It's why we need to contact Mirage, find out what the
Gather
cults are doing.
information. We're
Right.
trying to plan
Okay.
for them to get
That's
this to
the
happen.
human. We also
Right.
need to connect with the dwarves, and we
Yep.
need to connect with the drow.
Yep.
I mean, the Drow's kind of already involved.
And then if we can try to like make them all attack at once, if that's
Yep.
possible, then we can
Right.
be that third party, get in there, grab that gem.
Exactly.
Sounds like
Exactly.
some kind of impossible fellowship.
Some very implausible fellowship. Yes.
We don't need to have them friends with each other. We just got to
Nope.
have them attacking at the same time.
Correct.
And then
Eric,
with
were you
the chaos
trying to say
going
something?
around, we go
sorry.
in.
Yeah, I just wanted to say SMASHI would definitely have a wealth of information about illithids. And regarding what happens if an Elder Brain dies. SMASHI would know that the Elder Brain doesn't actually control the other Mind Flayers. They have like a hive mind irregardless of the Elder Brain. The Elder Brain is just considered their leader, and it's like the one that they just respect and revere. And it's kind of like a swarm of bees. If their queen dies, they'll just go trying to find another queen.
Mhm.
It's not
Okay,
like
wait,
they
wait.
just all die.
Smashy, that's great information. But also,
Thank you.
do you happen to know approximately the average amount of hive, you could say, if we're talking bees, that these illithid are all about? Are they like 100 illithid? Are they like 2? What
That's
are we
a good
looking at?
point.
Approximate numbers.
What's the average here? Is there a range? Is it like 10 to like 80 in a hive, or what does this look like?
One moment. Searching database.
You would know that within this within the city of Belsimer, there are approximately 300 to 400 mind
Jesus
flayers.
Christ!
Within the city
Okay.
of Belsimer, there are approximately between 300 to 400 illithid.
I have
Okay,
a new
so-
idea.
New
Smash, you have
plan.
another. Hold
Let's
on.
just light the whole city on fire.
Quick question, Smashy. How often do illithids eat?
One moment. Searching database.
Well, he's searching his database. Everyone agree. Let's just light the whole city on fire.
Holy shit.
You know, illithids, it varies. They can survive for a while without eating,
Mhm.
and it kind of depends on the size of the brain that they consume.
Mm-hmm.
But typically they eat every few days. They
Oh, wow, okay.
consume.
Oh my God! Holy shit! Okay, so if there's like, that's a lot of people they have. Okay.
Okay, look, this is a new plan. This is a hit and run. None of this bullshit where we're trying to kill through 400, 300 fucking illithid.
That
That's
was
no
never
way.
the plan. That was never the plan.
Right, but I mean, even if everyone attacked at once,
Right.
I don't think we're going to be able to take out 300, 400 illithid.
We're not trying to.
Well, I know we are not,
We
but
just need to
they
try.
might. I don't know.
I don't
trying to
care
make
what they
300 or
do. They can
400
fight.
illithid
They can all
fight
fight each other to the
Drow
death.
and a bunch of cults.
Okay.
We are trying to steal a black
Okay.
gem.
Okay, let's talk about what we can do. So, humans, they're humans. There's a possibility of entry. I know you guys don't think so, but I mean, there's possibility we can make some allyship there. Now, these dwarves people, they sound like they're assholes to people who are not dwarves, but still, they seem less asshole than the drow. The drow seem like not real allies. They're sacrifices, but they can still be helpful. Dwarves could possibly be somewhat of an alliance, and then humans, why couldn't they be an alliance, right? I think humans are the best shot, dwarves are second best shot, drow are not even a shot.
Yes, that is what we have concluded already.
Okay.
Okay then. Either way. So, Agony. No on Sabelin?
I think we could
Yeah,
bring
he's-
him.
No,
Like
for now.
anything we would do to bring him back, we could do without his body. I think like if we're really getting into the level that it would require magically to bring him back, we could probably do it without his body.
Or just a part of it.
That too. I've got his tooth still.
You do?
Okay, so let's categorize this.
Right.
We'll contact Mirage.
Yes,
Information
do that.
gathering.
That
No,
thing
no,
we talked
okay,
about
wait, wait.
doing. What?
Look.
Okay.
Sorry, let me keep going here. So,
Mm-hmm.
drow, our goal with the drow is one thing and one thing only. We get them to attack the same time everyone else does. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Dwarf, we could have a secondary goal. Obviously, we want them to attack the same time, but it's possible, still possible, we can create an allyship. Where we could even create an escape plan for us after this whole thing goes down, okay?
Okay.
And then the humans, just partnership could just be possible. I don't know how these cults work, but
They're
that
friendly
could be a
people.
thing.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Now
make it
let's
happen.
start this process. Agony, will you please contact Mirage?
Yes. Okay. So, did we decide on a location? Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Earth.
Earth
Geode.
Geode.
So, if you are interested in information gathering, meet at Earth Geode. Does that sound right?
If you're if you're interested in information exchange,
Mhm.
meet and or payback maybe meet at the Earth Geode.
Mhm.
We have heads. Tell them we have heads.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Oh no.
As you say that, John rolls heads on a coin.
He flips a coin
or flips coins and gets heads as
and then
you
he
say we have
smacks it
heads.
down, looks
Oh
at
my
it, and
God.
goes, "Yep, that seems right."
Should never have given him that bag.
All right, so Agony, while he's doing this and planting this bean and watering it, it takes about a minute to grow. Why don't
You got enough time to send your message.
Send your message.
Yep. So I do sending to Mirage. Yeah. Tell him if you are interested in some information exchange. We have heads. Meet at the Earth Geode.
After a few seconds, you hear, "Well, well, I didn't think I would hear from you again. Seems suspicious. Come to me, Shrine of the Nurtured Loam, if you're in Belsimer."
Nuh-uh.
I mean, I'm not gonna respond, obviously, but.
Mhm.
As you contact him like 5 days after you had been scheduled to meet up with him.
Technicalities.
um, So that's what he says to you as it's the statue again. You said
Yep.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
27.
as another
It's another
statue
statue.
pops out of the ground and starts yelling, "Oh, you guys again, you motherfuckers, huh?" And starts cussing all of you
I
out,
didn't do it.
saying, "Your horns are ugly. Get the fuck away from me, you!" And just starts like
Her horns
saying,
are sexy.
saying bullshit to all of you.
License
know
holder
that's
Smiley has detected. This is a violation of the end user license agreement. Please immediately
I did not do it. That's all I have to say.
It must be a lie.
Smashy, do you have a trust and safety protocol or something like that to prevent
Affirmative.
bullying like this?
affirmative.
Good,
Smashy,
good.
do you have a primary directive of providing a safe space?
Listen, anything
Affirmative.
that mean statue says is not how I feel. You are awesome. I love you. And we are going
Smashy,
to
on
be
a
best
scale of
friends
1 to
forever.
10, Agony's horns. Sexy? Yes, no?
I'm going to give it like a 23.2.
Okay.
Out of
10.
10.
I have not been programmed to gauge things on metrics such as sexiness or unsexiness.
Symmetry then.
Cast a message on Smashy and tell him to give her at least an 11.
She has an 11 in symmetry.
Okay then.
That's
I'm
pretty
not gonna touch them.
pretty
Don't
good, I
touch them.
guess.
Don't touch
Okay,
them.
I'm
Okay.
glad we're on task right now. Artemis, I can't.
Don't
believe
worry,
you
Orpheus is
contributed
on the
this.
way to the Shrine of the Nurtured Loam now.
All right. So as you guys are bullshitting around, John's statue is cursing up a storm for the next like minute or so until it solidifies. Orpheus is flying off to go check out the Shrine of the Nurtured Loam. We'll cut away from you guys and cut to Sablin. Sablin, having woken up in this desolate landscape of barren hills and clouded sky, bones beneath your feet, you begin trekking northward as something is drawing you ever towards the north. The sky above you is just this perpetual gray storm. And as lightning strikes, it adds no kind of relief of contrast to the scene that remains dull and dreary. As you continue traveling north, just sort of mindlessly being pulled, some creatures start gathering around you. These suffering, ghoulish shape, kind of like really disgustingly shaped different creatures of all kind of like aberrant shapes and sizes begin kind of gathering around you and seeming as like they want to attack, but something is almost holding them at bay.
Are you? Where am I?
These questions ring through your mind as you continue to trudge forward. Finally, as this crowd around you is gathered, a bigger shape, a bigger creature with like long, thick arms, it's kind of walking on its knuckles like a gorilla almost, comes forward, but it's like gray, fleshy skin as it comes towards you. It says, a fresh soul. You'll be mine. And it kind of reaches its arm forward. But as it does, just instinctively, though you have no equipment and none of your items or armor are on you, a longsword appears in your hand with black flames erupting from it. What do you do?
I raise it up in front of me to defend myself. I don't strike back. I just hold it in front of me.
Okay, so you just kind of raise it to defend, and as you do, the hand of this creature stops. It kind of slowly pulls back, and it looks almost scared. It goes, "Oh no. This one is returning to its source. It's not ours to claim," it says to like the other souls around it.
What are you? Where am I?
They seem to either not hear you or not care as they disperse and just seem to now pay you no mind. And you continue mindlessly. Whether your brain is willing you to stop or not, your feet just continue their trudge northward. And that's where we'll end the session tonight.
Ooh.
Save me.
Bum, bum.
By the time
So
you come
what-
back, Kyle, like we might actually leave this fucking gnome compound.
Nah.
Well, until then, you guys have SMASHI. Don't worry.
Smashy's amazing.
I love having a best friend.
I love that his first directive, or his first order was be best friend.
That was perfect. Oh man.
Beautiful.
All right. Lots of planning.
Love it.
I do like that you guys don't know what his class is yet. That's really entertaining.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't. This
Yeah, there wasn't.
fighter,
You're a
it's
cleric.
fighter, right?
I tell you.
We have a lot of
That's
int, so something with a lot
You're
of int.
gonna bring
Smash me.
yourself back
Might
from
be an
the
Eldritch
dead.
Knight or a Blade Singer.
Maybe I'm just a really smart
Or an
fighter.
artificer.
He's a
he's
They could be an
fighter.
artificer. Ooh, could
Cleric.
be an artificer. Yeah.
Could be an
He is a
artificer.
knowledge
Nah.
cleric.
He's a fighter, obviously.
I don't know who Jesus Christ is.
Yeah, his
You're a
history
knowledge
was really
player.
high, which is wisdom. What is high wisdom?
No,
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 it was
wisdom
History is
intelligence.
intelligence, yeah.
High
Yeah.
intelligence.
History?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But
so
again,
yeah, artificer,
theoretically,
yeah,
that's only
artificer
a
or
3
wizard
for
or certain types of
intelligence.
fighters.
He had a
Theoretically,
plus
that's only a
6.
plus, but that's with a possible +3 with proficiency.
Right, so that means he's
Has a +3. So a
Which-
16.
so he has +3 int. What the fuck has int?
Wizards, artificers,
just
or
said this.
eldritch knights.
And also
Hmm.
arcane tricksters.
Or yeah, or an
That's
arcane
true.
trick.
Oops.
I have a
And
feeling he's
blood
not an
hunter.
He's
arcane
an Eldritch
trickster.
Knight. He's an
No.
Eldritch Knight.
He's a blood hunter, guys.
I'm
We're-
going to say
Eldritch Knight.
I'm gonna say
Calling it.
artificer.
Wait, hold on. I gotta ask, would a Warforged blood hunter even be possible? Could you, like,
He just
you can't
stores
cut yourself
blood
to make
inside
yourself
him.
bleed?
War,
What if an oil hunter?
as like canonically written, Warforged actually do have like biological components. They have organic components in them.
Yeah, they are like, you know.
They are alive, but
sentient.
they are a living construct.
Right.
Right,
Yeah, but
but-
that doesn't mean that they're necessarily purely made of metal. They have
Yeah.
wooden bits,
So, like,
and
they
they
have,
do have like
predator blood, like it's green and glows or some
They're
shit.
they're
It could be,
living.
yeah.
They're not. They're cells. You know.
there are some cells. Yeah,
In the same
it's
way
a
that,
combination. It's a combination of metal, stone, wood, alchemic fluid, stuff like that.
I feel like the same kind of way like Dragonborn aren't supposed to scales, But like
So you'd be a
Let's see,
sap
we'll pick
hunter, maybe.
Zap Hunter. Yeah.
All right. All
We
right.
do
So
fun sessions. Go ahead.
yeah. So for next session, you're sending Orpheus is going to the Nurtured Loan to check that out.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we're planning on getting allies. What was our next plan?
We're gonna talk to Mirage and see if we can work a deal with him.
Okay.
But instead of going there and possibly into a trap and having to trek across a whole city to get there, we can just talk through Orpheus.
So human allies the next step.
Yes.
Okay.
Or humanoid, may be more accurate.
I mean, they're all humanoid.
I feel like we could safely rule out air cult, fire cult combo from working with us.
So Earth Cult's the
Considering-
best chance.
Yeah,
Earth
Earth
cult
cult's
or
definitely
water
the best
cult?
chance.
Okay.
Earth and water.
Now here's an idea, and this is just... What if we could figure out where those cults were, and with your new fancy talk
I
through
mean-
your familiar ability,
It's probably
we make
obvious.
we like drop the information that we're here. They hear you talking about a meeting you're going to, and then when they run around the corner to find you, you're gone. And hearing your voice would mean they know we're here. Because I think if they knew it, they might be down enough to just try and fuck us over.
So our first order of business is to
Piss everyone off.
kind of become friends with the
Wait,
the
are we
Earth
done
Cult,
that?
see where that goes.
So,
We kinda go from
step
there.
1 complete. Step 2, get everyone into the same location. This sounds like a 90s movie.
Right. So we talk again. We talk to Mirage. If we want to, we can try and contact like Erisi and see if we can trick her into revealing some sort of information as to like their status or like how close they are to arriving, or maybe their plan. I really hope they're not planning on blowing a hole in the ceiling and dropping in with an airship and just sort of bombarding the elephants.
Fuck, there's that too.
That would
That
be,
so many
that'd be
things.
rad as shit.
Okay,
but-
yeah,
so
honestly,
much shit.
2, if they did that, we could have a new escape policy with just stealing the airship.
Or
So-
we board the airship and crash it into everybody.
We could take
So-
out the Elder Brain by kamikazing the
We
ship.
We get the Drow to attack them on the same day. Possible dwarf allyship plus attacking at the same day.
Mm-hmm.
The humans attack the same day plus possible allyship. And then we also want to get the fucking airship to get there. Plus we want to get Sablin's body.
Right, well, the airship is going to be like if the humans are there, the airship's there, presumably. Get what I'm saying? Because the humans are on the airship.
Well, I mean the cult though. I'm talking cults.
The humans are the cult.
The airship's the cult?
Yeah, Erisi Kalinoff, the
cult.
air cult,
They're
has an
all-
airship.
All
yeah.
the humans we're talking about are all the cults.
What I'm
Okay.
thinking is they're going to show up on a fucking airship and they're going to have like those hang glider guys that start flying down and just start lobbing fireballs from their airship. That's what I'd do if I had an
Do we
airship.
know when they're attacking?
No, we don't. That's what I'm saying. Contact Erisi, see
Okay.
if we can trick her into revealing when they might show up.
Maybe trick them into thinking that like we are already about to get the gem, or
This is
already
gonna be
at it.
crazy.
Yeah.
This
really
is
give
gonna be
you
so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Eric,
So,
I don't know how
like-
you're gonna do this.
There's gonna be this. We're
I
we're
love it.
scheduling this gigantic conflict, and our only goal is to run through this insanity.
And then try to grab a gem and leave.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I mean,
this is
if we
this
can
feeling
grab
kind
the
of
gem and
Ocean's
it's not
11-y.
like gigantic, and we can just grab it. I don't know.
I have a feeling it's going to be pretty big. Also, I remember Rundor said if we move the gem,
Oh my god.
that could break the seal. So
Yeah,
I don't
we-
really know what the fuck we're going to do with this thing. It'd
Yeah,
really
we have
help if
to-
we had
we
fucking
have to
Rundor.
protect it. We can't just
we
take
also
it. We have
met
to
with
protect it.
Rundor?
How do we
Who's wants to
protect it?
protect it?
Yeah.
But Jess doesn't give a fuck. He just wants it.
Can
so.
we, depending on his size, can we just, again, this is my go-to, throw it in the bag of holding, not touch it, literally just drape the bag over it?
And then
Yeah.
Sure.
summon
I mean,
evil entities.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
If it's small enough, in theory, yes. But again, we don't know
Another
if moving
task.
the thing.
Can we scout that room?
What room?
Yeah, we don't know where it is.
With
We
the gem.
can't get in there.
It's in the middle.
We don't. No,
yeah, it's
no,
in the middle.
hold on,
They've
hold on,
already
hold on,
said
hold
that it's like hard to get in there, and none of them really know how to get in.
Yeah,
Also, here's the thing you need to keep in mind.
I might be
You
able
have
to try on
you have
it
the
tomorrow.
shrine here, okay? You have the illithids who live in that shrine. The gym's not in the shrine. The gym is below that shrine. It could be a whole fucking dungeon down there. We have no idea what's below that thing. I believe that's correct. Is that right, Aaron?
You think there are dungeons in this place? What do you think this is? A D&D game?
I don't know.
This is real life.
I thought he mentioned that like it's in some sort of complex below the.
No, yeah, you do know that. You do know that it's
Okay.
in. It's not in the Temple of the Primordial. It's in a place underneath it.
Right.
That was
okay.
actually in the research Agony did.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
She
Oh my
found that out.
god.
So running in and quote grabbing the gym could be like, congratulations, we just stumbled into a 4-floor dungeon beneath the other dungeon. So it's not necessarily run in and grab. We don't know.
Well,
But with Orpheus, we can find out maybe.
oh my god. How the
Yeah.
fuck are we gonna do this, guys?
And so the Temple of the Primordial was the place that Orpheus flew to that was guarded by Sablin and a bunch of other creatures and didn't have any windows, but it did have a big stone door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of carved out of a big geode.
Right.
Or
the
carved
findings on
into,
the-
I should say.
If all the findings on the outside do our shot, I guess. Let them kind of let them do the thing we'll explore.
300 to 400 mind flayers. And if they eat every few days, like the number of people they must have prisoner here is insane.
Yeah, they probably eat more like once a week.
Okay. Either way, that's like that's
still-
300. That's 300 people
That's a
a
lot.
week. God. Anyway,
Just a lot of drow, I guess.
yeah, it's a lot of. I almost feel bad for everything that's living here, even if it is drow.
Speaking of, do
Well,
we have?
maybe they can eat like squirrels and bats and shit, you know?
No,
brains.
mind flayers eat humanoid brains, fully grown humanoid brains. Presumably, I don't know if there's other things Eric's devised that
Does
they
it have
might
to be like
subsist on.
adult brains?
All I know is we
Like
can't
child
just
think
like
so, yeah.
barge in there in a fight. We would just die.
Oh no, we're not planning on it.
Do we have a contact with the rebel drow that they were mentioning?
There,
What'd you say, Kyle? You're breaking out.
Do we have a contact or no way to start with hunting the rebel drow that the
Nah, I guess we gotta talk to the gnomes. They might know where they're generally located.
I feel like that's something I did ask. I don't know if they pointed it out while I was talking with them, because I definitely asked where the fuck the dwarves were and where the fuck the drow were.
Yes,
drow
they
are
pointed
everywhere.
the drow didn't know. They're secretive and they're like you said, they're their enemy. They are kind of like all over the city as far as he knows. He's not sure where their base is. But they did point out, and it's actually on your map, where the Vale of Dancing Waters would be like out of this gate. Here, let me put the words closer to the gate. Yeah, exactly. So it would be somewhere out of that gate would lead you there.
To the dwarves.
Yeah.
Well, the dwarves might know where the drow is, so maybe we should go to them first if we're trying to get to the drow to
Maybe.
make them attack.
I get, and Ron Hees would have suggested, like, if you want to make your, like, the drow will find you if you want to find them within the city.
We
You
just
kinda
have
make
Orpheus
yourselves
fly around
known.
the city and be like, "Here, drow."
Yeah.
I don't know.
I say we trick drow, we make allies with dwarves possible, and then we try to get as many human allies as possible, or at least make them all attack at the same time.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, we said that.
Sort of.
Now, how do I healing surge?
Oops.
Yeah, you took a beating from those fucking wolves.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely had a long rest because Orpheus
Yeah.
was flying around for over an hour, I'd say.
Or a short rest.
Or a short rest, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll for a short rest, you can go ahead and do that. And Artemis, I guess. Well, no, Artemis, you weren't resting because you were looking through Orpheus's eyes the whole time. Unless you guys wanted to like spend an extra hour to short rest.
I mean, I don't think we're going to be doing much of anything anyway, so.
Okay.
And all I need is a... Yeah, I guess I just need one spell slot back.
All right. So you guys have a nice leisurely morning as you're doing all your reconnaissance and planning.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I was table captaining there, guys. I'm
No.
just throwing ideas out.
You're all good.
I think
I'm
we're just
super
trying to
tired
figure
today.
it out.
We have a lot of options, so it makes it like,
Yeah, there's like a few things we want to accomplish here, so it's good to like throw it all out there.
Okay.
Man, I'm excited to. I'm excited for what comes next. I feel like you guys are. It's fun to be at this point where there's so many different like moving parts that you're just kind of trying to navigate.
Get the fuck out.
From a DM perspective, it's things like this that are like my favorite, where there's all these moving parts that inevitably have to lead up to something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like your guys' kind of choice of like how you're gonna engage with shit and what's gonna come into play.
Right.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting for sure. For sure.
I have a terrifying suspicion we're just building up a giant apocalyptic fight. We're gonna sneak into a dungeon that we are like vastly underleveled for, and now we can't go back because it's death behind us.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, if we fucking blow up this brain and there's like 300 illithid after us, the only plan is escape at that point.
I mean, that kind of speaks to like maybe we should scout more before getting the whole multiple armies kind of plan.
Oh
going,
yes,
kinda see-
yeah. Like, I mean, at the very least, like I want to try and get Orpheus into that primordial temple at least one time before we do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just trying to get a floor plan.
Thankfully, when he dies, he goes back to the other plane, so he can't
Exactly.
get his brain sucked, right?
Right.
And
They can't suck his brain. They can't capture
Theoretically,
him in any way.
we're not entirely certain on those details.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I'm hoping that's how that works.
And he's flying around invisible. He's not just like a bird just cruising around the giant cavern, right?
You should
Right,
probably
yeah.
give him a suicide pill just in case he gets captured.
Not a bad idea.
Well, again, even if he gets captured, I can unsummon him, provided they don't have any sort of like dimensional anchor bullshit going on, which they might. I don't know.
Do not doubt the possibility of a DM who knows your plan.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, but I don't know if they
I know he's not the. I was kidding. But good night, everyone. I'm gonna go try and catch some sleep while I can.
Night, Sam.
All right, good night, Sam. Good night, Smiley.
What?
Fucking beans.
Beans.
Kyle, how do you like your new character so far?
He's fun. I just gotta strike the right balance between him being kind of obliviously kind of, blunt versus being actually obtrusive.
So it sounds like Sablin has a chance, and that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, Sablin's up to something. Something's happening to him, rather.
Yep, something's happening to him.
He's
He's
not
got a
gone
fucking
forever,
black flame
so far.
sword.
Whether or not he'll come back into Kyle's control, we'll see about that. But
I mean, I remember
Ooh.
one of the first times Sablin talked to Lazuli, he said something about the powers that be have chosen you. Don't know why, but ooh.
And whenever Artemis was talking to Rohini last time, talked about like dip.
Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
that's got super.
Yeah, we heard that. Yep. Good to hear. So
Hmm.
that gives me hope. I'm glad. I don't want Sablin to die. Forever.
Yes, it does though. Geez.
I mean, this is the first time Sablet's died, correct?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because last time he didn't get killed, the Fae came and like grabbed him, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't make that session, and there was like no way for my character to not,
And-
Mhm,
not.
mhm.
Hey
And-
Eric, we should talk about what's happening with
Yep,
that other
yep,
guy.
Yep.
The guy with a loose coin purse.
Yeah, that one. What a great. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, we'll talk about it before next session.
The loose coin purse. Fucking hell, man.
I feel like there was
What
something I
can
was
you
supposed to
do?
tell you guys. I don't remember. It's fine.
Cool. Yeah, we should definitely game plan what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I know you talked about like a session or something, because something
Yeah,
similar might happen.
yeah.
With...
Yeah, let's chat and we'll just kind of see what we think would work best, depending on whatever's going on with him.
Because I really don't know. I mean, it's up to you a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Okay. We don't have to do that tonight, though.
No.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
I'll message you, but we'll chat in messages and kind of figure out what we want to happen, and then if we
Okay.
feel like it's appropriate to do a session, like a one-on-one little session, we'll do it.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm in.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. I feel like, yeah, this
There's
cult
so
shit
much-
is kind of
Oh
Yeah.
man, so much going on.
this.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, the Mind Flayer stuff is all shit that I added to this adventure. That's not in the Princess
Fuck
of the
you!
Apocalypse.
Oh really?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Another layer.
Oh,
of
that's
complication.
cool.
We're doing some critical role shit here.
yeah. The city of Belsamer is like my own kind of addition to make the temples different. Because in the book, it's just all the temples are connected to like the place that's under the Temple of the Primordial in our story. But
Mhm.
I've kind of like, I wanted to make the underground shit not just like one big dungeon crawl. I wanted to kind of make there a place between them, and so that's where the city of Belsamer came from.
I like it. I like it.
I like it
I
a
love
lot
it.
as well.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
It's great. I mean, it makes more story. It makes it more story oriented rather than just combat oriented.
And it
'cause
also
I-
it changes up the
yeah,
what we're doing. You know, it's not just a dungeon.
yeah. Like in the book, like the place you guys left, the air temple, would have just brought you straight into another cultist temple, and they're like all connected in that way.
Mm.
I like this better.
So yeah, instead I kind of split it up, like they're all kind of connected to this central city,
Mhm.
and then I created that city.
I like it. It's way better. It's way more fun. It's gonna
Yeah,
be super interesting how we fucking deal with this shit.
Yeah, I was kind of like on the fence about it, but now
Can't
the way
even
that things
deal
all
with
kind of coming together, I'm like, ooh, I like this. This is.
Can't
I just
deal
like
with
that
all
idea.
this. How are we gonna
What the
deal with
fuck
all
is gonna
this
happen?
shit?
I honestly have no idea. Oh, it's gonna
Honestly,
be
I
good.
like the wrinkle of an Elder Brain and a Mind Flayer colony just kind of getting in the middle of all of the cult stuff and kind of getting in
Mhm.
their way and our. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a third party to this makes it really interesting, and the fact that there are third parties to the third party of like Drow who just fucking hate the Elder Brain, but they're assholes too, and dwarves who are just kind of jerks. There's multiple factions all vying for this that have nothing to do with the cult thing. Is really cool. Wrinkles within wrinkles.
Oh yeah, there's so much going on.
Gives you guys a lot to play with.
Yeah, exactly. And there's still like correct me if I'm wrong. There's just like random sort of wild monsters kicking around too.
Yeah, for sure. Like as you guys haven't really done much, just like random exploring of the city.
Mhm.
But there will definitely be like random monsters that you run into and stuff.
Yeah, I remember we
It says
passed
the ones
by
they
like
summon.
ogres and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
yeah. So we might even be able to find like just random things in the sea that we can piss off.
What's the
And just-
name of that Cyclops we made friends with a long
Bjorb.
time ago? Bjorb!
Bjorb. Oh man, if Bjorb lives down here, that would be a nice callback. That would be very handy. I have a feeling Bjorb doesn't, but we'll see. Bjorb and Belinda, something like that. Is Cyclops love?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That stuff. Oh my
That guy.
god! What a callback! If that has something to do with anything.
That was like session 8 or something.
Oh my
Something
god!
like that, yeah.
I
Linda.
remember that. The love of those two, whatever the fuck they were. What even were
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
they? Oh my god.
They had two direwolves, Wolf and Gruff.
Dude, Eric, what kind of fucking
I forgot about
shrooms were
those.
you taking when you were making that part of this? What the fuck was that? And there was like that random girl, and she gave the bag to
Yeah, that's Leslie.
That's Lazuli, I think.
Lazuli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's tied to
Fuck,
Sablin.
No way, what?
He's
Yeah, she's tied to Sablin in some way.
He's an archfey. He, she, it.
Oh, it's a. Oh my god. I don't
Yeah, it's a
even know,
fae.
man.
Yeah, he's
I know
the
the
pineapple
Leslie's a
guy.
fae. I know
Is it-
Leslie's a fae. I don't know if they're the same person though. Are they?
I think
God, did I not pay
yeah.
attention?
You saw
there was
her,
Lazuli.
him, it change shape in front of you.
Oh, they're two different
Yeah, you
fae.
did see
Sure.
that.
Oh,
You did
it is
see.
a little girl. Okay.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
is another fae that you know of named Gravelia, which is
Yes.
like Lazuli's nemesis.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this?
So
game?
there's Lazuli and Gravelia. Now, and we don't know if that girl was which one of them was. That was correct.
No,
Or
you
do-
know,
or-
Sablin
Okay.
would know that was Lazuli.
Okay, so that was Lazuli, confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, so this is Lazuli canonically in my head.
What?
Pineapple apple pen.
Except
Perfect.
he's an archfey, obviously. Just
Yeah,
add
that
some
man-
long
that
years
man
to that
isn't?
guy. That
Yeah, that man.
I mean,
is
that guy
definitely
is an archfey.
Yeah.
well, I mean, like just elongate his ears. There you go.
There you go. Have him glow.
All right, folks. Well, I'm gonna head off to bed, but that was a fun session.
Mhm.
And, yeah, I'm excited to see where things go next.
Amen.
Yeah, that was good.
I'll see y'all next week.
Yep. Night, guys.
Good
Catch
night.
you later.